You guys like pizza? I know I do. I love pizza. I'm Italian. I'm disappointed that since I moved out here to the West Coast, there is not a real authentic East Coast Italian style pizza out here. Would you like to have a pizza party with me? Mamma mia! Make it a pizza pie! Pizza pie! Felipe! Pizza pie! Turn on the ovens! Mozzarella! And delicious! Take the dollars and roll it out the toss it again! Pizza pie! Make it a pizza pie! Pizza pie! Felipe! Pizza pie! Pizza pie! Delicious! Pizza pie! Pizza pie! Pizza pie! Turn on the ovens! Salvagno cheese, Salvagno greasy shit, crazy meat, weird sauce. The sauce has these big chunks of tomato that are very well seasoned, that are really good. Turn on the ovens and burn all the pizzas. Mamma mia! Make it a pizza pie! Pizza pie! Felipe! Pizza pie! Turn on the ovens. Mozzarella! And delicious! Take the dollars and roll it out the toss it again. Pizza pie! Make it a pizza pie! Greasy shit! Pizza pie! Felipe! Pizza pie! Weird sauce! Pizza pie! Delicious! Pizza pie! Pizza pie! Pizza pie! Mamma mia! Make it a pizza pie! Pizza pie! Felipe! Pizza pie! Turn on the ovens. Mozzarella! And delicious! Take the dollars and roll it out the toss it again. Pizza pie! Make it a pizza pie! Greasy shit! Pizza pie! Felipe! Pizza pie! Cheese! Pizza pie! Delicious! Pizza pie! Weird sauce! Pizza pie! Crazy meat! Pizza pie! Turn on the ovens. Now on to the more exotic seasonings. And these seasonings are catered more towards Italians. If you're not Italian, you don't like these kind of seasonings, you don't have to use them. But I'm Italian and I love it.
Hello, everybody. It's your boy Jordy Jordan, fat motherfucker himself.
Dark Side Phil here. I'm back.
That's not my fault.
This is OTT God.
I can't even fucking do anything. What is this ugly ass nigga doing?
Let it be known, motherfuckers. Everything was right. Everything correct. I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. Everything was right. Everything correct. I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. My nigga, I never failed the mission.
What?
I never failed the mission.
Okay.
Phil did it. He masturbated.
What?
Oh, the camera's on.
I don't even know.
I need your help and support. Pledge to pay. Nigga. Pledge to pay.
Okay.
Pledge to pay. Nigga. Pledge to pay.
What?
10 years of my hard work trying to raise funds within the next several months to pay my taxes. These fucking trolls financially fuck me over every single fucking year.
That's not my fault. Pussy ass on my nigga.
Everything was right. Everything correct. I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. Everything was right. Everything correct. I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong.
Run that shit back. Pull out your fucking car. Yeah, I'm fucking black. Run that shit back. Grab your balls. Swivel them around. Grab your cock. Swivel them around. You're just walking around with two nuts swinging in a cock. And you don't even realize what you got. Go be a sheriff or a cop. You serve no purpose, nigga.
You're wasting time.
Black spook in America.
You feel me?
Obsessing over another man you never met. Black crispy sweat. Beat me in a sense.
Soon as I hop on wet, niggas using them Medicaid on day. Okay. It's not my fault. Pussy ass on my nigga.
Run that shit back.
This dude's on straight.
Everything was right, everything's right. I did nothing wrong, I did nothing wrong. Everything was right, everything's right. I did nothing wrong, I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong.
Cat played a lot of Skyrim, and it was good. It was fun. We chilled. We had a good time. You know, we didn't have any money to do anything really. You know, it would be great if we had money. We would have stayed out and done more stuff. We didn't have any fucking money.
Let me take you down to Whiterun. Let me in your sweet rose, you know I like 'em. I cast a spell and make you go and clean the bathroom. Cause when it's only you and I, we don't wanna go outside when we can go and take a ride down to Whiterun. Let me in your sweet rose, you know I like 'em. I cast a spell and make you go and clean the bathroom. Cause when it's only you and I, we don't wanna go outside when we can go and take a ride down to Whiterun. She be on the Skyrim while I stream and beg. Crispy 60 frames on a Series S. I mean Series X, no wait, Series S. I lost so fucking much, I can't remember what I get. I got them spells, oh, I got that alteration. I trick a dent into giving up his entire pension. A little scratch for Cat, yeah, you can feel the tension. I know a makeup glitch that probably needs her full attention. Come on baby, we can go on down to Whiterun. Take off that tablecloth and I'll show you my Skyrim. You can beat a mount, I'll climb aboard and ride ya. Fuck it if Jasper dies, you know it's time to take a ride back down to Whiterun. Let me in your sweet rose, you know I like 'em. I cast a spell and make you go and clean the bathroom. Cause when it's only you and I, we don't wanna go outside when we can go and take a ride down to Whiterun. Let me in your sweet rose, you know I like 'em. I cast a spell and make you go and clean the bathroom. Cause when it's only you and I, we don't wanna go outside when we can go and take a ride down to Whiterun.
I don't wanna clean, I wanna play some Skyrim. No groceries, get me to the Highlands. This fucking bum took me to Dundoko Island, but I shouldn't be surprised, he's lazy like I am. I just wanna cast a spell and do a side quest. I just wanna get divorced and get my life back. Take me to your island and I'll get a flight back. Touch me and I might snap, Jenna's gonna like that. Power wash simulator. Jasper puked again, but I'll just clean that shit up later. Power wash, baby. I just finished the game, so I'ma go back in my lane and go to Whiterun.
Let me in your sweet rose, you know I like 'em. I cast a spell and make you go and clean the bathroom. Cause when it's only you and I, we don't wanna go outside when we can go and take a ride down to Whiterun. Let me in your sweet rose, you know I like 'em. I cast a spell and make you go and clean the bathroom. Cause when it's only you and I, we don't wanna go outside when we can go and take a ride down to Whiterun.
I'm going to persevere. I'm going to punch through the boundaries. I'm going to become, you know, that person that they say I can't be, and I'm going to be successful no matter what. But even though I have done that, there's still this back here, this song, in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, trying to hit this beat on time. Keep my eyes wide open, looking on the horizon. I'm putting my time in, digging up this mine, searching for a cherry diamond, looking for these nuggets of truth. I need to find them, but until then, I'll carry on grinding. 1 year older, alcoholic former. I can feel the dark side getting colder. I made a deal with the devil on my shoulder. All I can do is to keep the demons in the corner. Give a pig a fish, feed him for a day, but don't take away his bottle of Tanqueray. 1 more drop and we'll be okay. Or maybe I should save it for a rainy day. Take another trip down to Total Wine. Pour another drink in my cup. Drink it all down to the bottom line. All this money, it'll never be enough. Now I think I'm feeling fine, so I polish this rhyme like a diamond in the rough. Try to free my mind, put my nose to the grind, put my pen to the paper when things get tough. Don't believe in the lies of he, cause I'm a super blind man, but I still see the blackest eyes like a black-eyed pea. Words crystallize as I'm flowing on the beat. Look into the water at my reflection. 5'12" with a mayonnaise complexion. Drink some whale tail from my depression. Captain Ahab on a ship with no direction. I am a man sitting on an island alone with 2 gin bottles and a microphone. Writing my message on a scroll and throw it into the dense sea like a skipping stone. Spinning in this vortex unknown. Riding on a whale until I'm home. It's not that deep, but don't look below, cause before you know it, you'll get caught in the undertow. Take another trip down to Total Wine. Pour another drink in my cup. Drink it all down to the bottom line. All this money, it'll never be enough. Now I think I'm feeling fine, so I polish this rhyme like a diamond in the rough. Try to free my mind, put my nose to the grind, put my pen to the paper when things get tough.
I'm not Asian, damn it.
What the? There's a black man.
Can I see your driver's license, sir?
I don't have one right now.
Dispatch, we have a collision near Renton between 2 black suspects.
Huh? No, I'm not black, honestly. I can prove it. Cat, come out here. I need you to tell these cops who I am.
Allahu Akbar.
You're under arrest.
Look at that. She's huge.
Well, hello. What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Duty in the house. What's poppin'? Whew, man. How's everyone doing? Happy Friday, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. And of course, like always, welcome home, folks. That's right. I'm glad you guys are here. I'm glad you guys were here to chill with me. Although I'm a little disappointed. That's right. Kick. Apparently, Kick is withholding viewership. I don't know what's going on. I think I'm having a problem again with Kick. Anyway, it's streaming out there. Whoever's interested. I know Dreambird and about 4 or 5 other people like to watch the podcast on Kick, so it's up and running if they're interested. If not, not a big deal. We got the mod squad over here anyway, holding it down, so always appreciate that. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little tired. Sad news. I got some sad news to report. You know, you guys know I always like to report out some duty lore early on in the beginning. So sadly, I had another death. That's right, another death in the duty household. Very sad, very sad. Well, not really, but it's really sad. I don't know what it is. I've been very emotional lately about animals, regardless of what it is, ever since I lost my little Blaze. And where I live, there's like these cranes. I guess they're cranes. I guess they're cranes. I don't know. They're not flamingos, but they look like cranes. Put it this way, they're a bit endangered. You can't touch them. You can't feed them. You can't do anything with them. You know, it's insane. And I would see these two always behind my backyard. There's a pond near me, where I live at, and you know, always see them and everything. Yeah. I think that's what it is, Chris. You're correct. That's the word. And there was always two. I would see them, and they found them dead. Aw, they found them dead. So that was pretty sad. I'm pretty sure it's the same one. It's the only two I see. It's the only two I see every day. So I didn't see them yesterday, and I was wondering what happened, and lo and behold, they found them. That's right. It looked, I don't know what happened to them. I guess they both passed away. I'm assuming something killed them. Something killed them, or they got hit by a car. I don't know, man. So yeah, blue hair. Yeah. It's sad, man. It's sad. It's sad. Everything is dying around me, and it make me feel good. And of course, you know, still a little bit emotional over my little pet kitty. Yeah, no. But I got some good news on that. The family, that's right, Soulmate and my daughter, we talked about it, and we decided that I think it's time. We're gonna be getting a little kitty soon. Yeah, that's right. Round of applause. I didn't bring them healthy nuts yet. That's what it was. No, you're not. You can't even feed them. No, in my area, you can't even feed them. You can't touch them. You can't do nothing to them. We have a lot of that stuff. Like, there's certain species down in Florida, you can't. The funny thing is, other species you can. Other species, they actually pay you if you kill them. So, there's a couple invasive species of reptiles and stuff like that in our area. So, they tell you, actually, Florida actually pays you if you kill them. So, yeah, I mean, it sucks, man. It's a shame, but me and the family decided we're gonna get another cat, and like I said, it's probably gonna be, we're gonna try to find a nice little black kitty, an urban style kitty. We're gonna name it Vader, and then I'm gonna let you guys choose the middle name. That's right, yeah. Don't tell my daughter. She thinks we're calling it Henry, but we're not calling it. For some reason, my daughter has the idea that we're gonna call it Henry. We're not gonna. She can call it Henry, but on paper, on documentation, we're gonna call her Vader, and then the middle name, I'll let you guys decide. Okay? So yes, we're shopping around. We're looking around. I have a couple buddies that work in like shelters and stuff like that. So I let them know, hey, I'm looking for like a black kitten. If you find something, come in, you know, let me know so we can come and check it out. So yes. Yeah, an urban, yes, a bull. We're looking for a bull kitty, yes. No. It's just that it's a shame. Actually, black cats are historically not adopted. More black cats are killed. That's right. And again, this isn't a DSP woke social justice rant, but more black cats are killed in shelters than any other cats. It doesn't matter whether they're Persians. It doesn't matter the breed of the cat. Urban style kitties end up getting roped. They end up getting roped more than any other cats in shelters, which is really sad. And that's because people have this stupid, you know, this stupid superstition about black cats. And so I said to myself, all right, you know, I'm gonna do a good deed. I'm gonna adopt an urban style animal. Yes, that's right. Unlike you, DSP, who just talks about social justice, I actually practice social justice. That's right. We're gonna be getting I'm not getting a mulatto. I'm not getting a mixed breed. I'm not getting a mixed racial cat. No, it's gonna be all black. An all black kitty. So there you go. That's right. I am progressive. Duty's progressive. I'm kidding. No, but it's true. I'm not lying about the black cat thing. Statistically, they're left in shelters and not adopted. It's sad. It's a shame. So all black cats are yeah, they're adorable. They're cute. They're very nice. They're good cats. They're very well temperamental. And yeah, we'll see. Hopefully we can find it. If not, whatever. If we can't find one, we'll grab something else. I don't know. Get your urban style. Yeah, we gotta get an urban style cat. Yeah, hopefully this one will stay with us. Blaze was 10 years old, so you know, hopefully hopefully the other cat will live a lot longer. So big ups for the streams. Thank you, brother. We'll be checking out on demand. No problem, brother. Just check it out. Of course, all of these streams are on demand. If you have YouTube Premium, excuse me, you get the YouTube Music app, I actually set up this to be a podcast, so you can actually listen to it on YouTube Music. So free of charge, no charge. That's right. Click it. What's up, Kit? What's up, Bugle? How you doing? Okay, it looks like a few Kick people came in finally. They got tired of me bitching about withholding views, and they're out there. So big ups. I appreciate you guys coming in and saying what's up. Yeah, Rip Blaze. I still miss Blaze, man. It's hard. It's hard. It's been rough. It seems like my family's kind of they already processed their emotions and they're over it. I'm still not, man. I'm still struggling. I'm still struggling. So I'm still very sad. So it's funny. I tried to convince my family to get 2 cats, and then I thought about it and said, no, that would be stupid to get 2 fucking cats. So we're just gonna get 1. Hopefully, yeah. Stop withholding. That's right, Kick. Stop withholding your views. Oh, there's the all right. So we got about like 7-8 people in. Okay. We got the normal crew of people on Kick. I appreciate that. It hurts my feelings when Kick withholds the viewership. So, because trust me, I'll shut it off. I just turn on Kick for you guys because I know you guys like the emotes or whatever. So I'm just doing you a favor. So make sure you don't withhold your views. My wife has 3 after our kids left. She had 3. She got 3 cats. They're great, man. I love cats. I'm a big cat person. I'm not really a dog person. I like dogs, but I'm not really a dog. Like I don't want to have a dog. I rather just have a fucking cat. My 18-year-old cat passed. I'm so sorry to hear that, Bilbo. Well, the good news is I'm glad you got 18 years with her. That's great. I think if you 15 years or plus, that's amazing to have with a cat. So consider yourself blessed, brother. McCarthy, I feel you, dude. You lost mine in December. Yeah, man. They're great animals, man. They're just awesome animals. I think cats are the best. I know people like to bitch and complain about them, but cats are the best, man. Especially if you get a good one, a good temperamental kitty. You'd be all right. Blaze was my buddy, man. She would be in here in the office with me, hanging out when I would be streaming, and she would just sit there in her little bed. I got a little bed for her in my little office, and she'd just sit here, listen to me ranting and raving about DSP. She probably thought DSP lived here as much as she heard about DSP. So anyway, I'm glad, Bilbo. I'm glad, bro. I'm glad. Get yourself another cat, man. Get yourself another cat. It's good for the soul. Cats are good for the soul. Sorry to hear about the cat. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Animals became part of our family. They are. You know what I mean? It's just a very common thing, man. You get married, you get a soulmate, and then maybe you have some kids, and then you get a cat. Life's amazing. Life's great that way. Anyway, nothing better than a nice piece of kit. That's right. I love it. You hit it on the nose. Nothing beats a nice juicy kitty. That's right. A nice moist juicy kitty. All right. Okay. That's all I really have. I got nothing really else to go. It's been it's been quiet on the Vortex. DSP yesterday decided to become an SJW. That's right. He decided to be a social justice warrior, and he needed to defend minorities in gaming, I guess. I don't I mean, again, Phil, this is a right message, wrong messenger, I guess. I don't know, man. It's just funny listening to DSP of all people chastise people for not wanting to play video games because in his eyes the protagonist is a minority, which I don't know. Again, I don't know. One person said something in his chat a couple days ago about his demographic, and of course he automatically assumed that meant racism. You know what I mean? Like, I would never think that. Like, I would never think that my demographic here that are on this podcast, like, I would never say, well, my demographic doesn't like that. And my assumption wouldn't go to because they're all racist. No, they just, I don't know, age, whatever, their preference, they just don't like it. Yes, DSP is a racist. That's right. And that's what makes it so funny. That him of all people talking about racism. I'm offended as an urban style individual. It offends me when DSP tries to sweep for my urbanness. It bothers me to no end. So, and again, you guys know I don't give a shit about like wokeness or any of that bullshit. I'll be the first one to crack a joke about Puerto Ricans and blacks and Mexicans and white people. I don't care. I'm an equal opportunity person. I look at a person just based on the quality of their content. Okay, duties no. Well, yeah, I do have some red. Yeah, that's from my mom. My mom got that. My mama got that Celtic blood in her. So I guess it rubbed off of me. I ended up getting the green eyes and the red highlights. So. I hate everyone. Yeah, there you go. That's a good way of treating people. That's a good way of living your life, brother. Just hate everyone equally. That way, no one can claim you have preferential treatment on anyone. All right, okay. So I guess let's watch some videos. The first one I want to get into, of course. Let's see here. Well, you know what? Let's watch the final milking of the quarter-in documentary. That's right. It only took DSP 4 streams to finish up this stream, and my God, he didn't disappoint yesterday with the terribleness. And by the way, can we give a shout out to Duty for his thumbnails? His thumbnail game has been on point recently. Look at these thumbnails. Look at the, well, you can't really thank me. You got to thank Chat GPT. Shout out Chat GPT. I'm really getting my $20 worth of monthly premiums on it with all the ads. And thank you. You guys have been really nice in the comment section. Duty, would you let Phil milk you? Yeah, I don't give a shit. Yes, Phil can. If Phil can spend his whole podcast talking about me, I would enjoy it. It would be fun. Again, I don't take myself seriously. I do not take myself seriously one bit. Not at all. I do not think I'm a serious person. I don't think anyone should listen to what I say and take it seriously. I'm just a clown that likes to point and laugh at people. Let's see, AI hand, yeah, it is. Well, no, you know, I gotta write the code. I gotta write the steps. So I'm learning how to write the steps, and it's not that bad. I thought it was more harder than it was gonna be, and it wasn't. I'm actually delving into like doing little mini videos and stuff like that. It's gonna be good. I have some ideas for content centered around DSP. Now, I'm not going to start posting AI videos because I don't want YouTube demonetizing me, but I'm gonna pump out some pretty good content. So I'm trying my best. What's up, we are ransom. Oh, by the way, real quick before we move on, Renton DoorDash driver sent me a deal. Okay, all right. You guys ready? Let me pause. Well, now we'll pause the music. All right, here's funny. All right, so as you guys know, Renton DoorDash driver, and I managed, by the way. You know, I know I got some messages said that Renton DoorDash driver was a LARPer. He wasn't true. He actually, I guess, heard those or watched that. He saw those comments, and he came out and actually confirmed what he's saying is true, actually. So I ended up getting a screenshot, and I believe he is true. He is. Plus, I have to believe him because he's giving me money. So, of course, everything he says has to be true. So it's funny, he reached out to me yesterday and he was messaging me, and you know what he told me? He gave me a little scoop that Mr. DSP ordered DoorDash yesterday out of the blue. That's right. Yes. And guess what he ordered? That's right, he ordered breakfast. What's up, Donut? How you doing, brother? Are you getting Huskies? No, I'm not getting. It's good. So yeah, so he did see it. He was trying to get the order in his queue, but apparently he was too far. He was actually doing deliveries, but he did see that DSP did place an order for breakfast. Yes, he's that lazy. The only reason why I want to mention it is because yes, it seems like Renton DoorDash driver is true. Is say he is who he is. And apparently DSP is lying about how many times he orders DoorDash a week. He's now ordering breakfast for DoorDash, which I think he always did anyway. So, and then on what was yesterday, a Thursday, randomly out of nowhere, Thursday, he decided to order DoorDash. Only heavy drinkers, or yeah, I think that's what it was. It could have been that he was, you know, drunk out of his mind and needed something to sober up, maybe some eggs or something, some egg toast and bacon or whatever. So anyway, I just want to highlight that he messaged me yesterday. We chatted a little bit back and forth, and he let me know that he did see that order. So I thought it was funny. And again, I'm not condemning or condoning. I'm not, none of that. I'm just listening and reporting, okay? Which I think is pretty funny. That's right. Suffer, Jimmy Dean. That's right. Yeah, it sounds like yeah. Definitely sounds like a hangover breakfast. Let's see here. Live it. Only heavy drinker. Yeah, you're right. Total boomer. What do I mean total boomer moment, Donut? What did I do that was a boomer moment? Anyway, what's up, Steven? How you doing, brother? How you doing? Let's see. Oh, the real pool boy. Thank you, brother, for the 5.
My bills.
FT.Lorded is lit today. Sup, pimp.
What's up, brother? Yeah, man. By the way, yeah, if you're into that, Florida is amazing with beaches, and the nice thing about Florida is that there are a ton of different style beaches. Like, they even have nude beaches if you're into that. They have Fort Lauderdale is just a party beach. If you're into dudes and you're a dude, or if you're into girls and you're into girls, the Miami beaches are fire. And if you're like me and just like to chill and relax, Clearwater is really good. I like Clearwater. Clearwater's nice. Tons of different beaches for all types of people and everything. It's really great. I try to hit up the beaches, especially once it starts warming up, man. Oh man, no, it is, Steven. Florida, for being a big tropical city, state, it's pretty reasonable. It's not that bad. It's getting expensive now because housing is getting expensive, just because they have a shortage of homes. But I mean, it's reasonable. It's not that bad compared to New York, Pennsylvania.
Sorry, baby.
It's way cheaper. That's right. I'm sorry, baby. Let's get that. We haven't heard that in a while.
Seems like
I'm sorry, baby.
I'm sorry, baby. Ballad, thank you very much for being a member for 4 months. And then again, the real poor boy, thank you for the 5, and I hope you're having fun, and I hope you're having a lot of fun in Fort Lauderdale. I avoid Fort Lauderdale like the fucking plague. Like, I think I may have been there maybe once or twice back in my day, but I try to avoid it now. Can you confirm the cost of living? Yes, it is. Yes, it's very terrible. I told this story before. I used to own a couple of properties in New York that I used to rent out. And it got so fucking ridiculous. Like, I used to be part of the rent control program. There's a rent control program that the city would do. And, you know, the rent was pretty decent. And the nice thing about it was that if someone fucked up your property, whatever, they would repair. They would pay to repair it, which was always nice. I mean, it was a pain in the ass getting paid. But, you know, and I got lucky with really good tenants. The break that I would get is that my property taxes were a lot less. I mean, my property taxes were like a third of what most people would pay just because I was in the program. You know what I mean? And they even give you a benefit if you rent to people on like disabled people or people, you know, anyone on a social program or whatever. They'd actually give you a bigger discount. So I did it for years. Everything was cool. And then they elected new alderman, Congress, whatever the fuck they call it. And then I got a letter basically saying that they were basically forcing me to stay in the program, and they were taking away all my subsidies, like for my lower taxes. And I said, well, no, I can't afford this. Like, I can't be in the rent control program and then you asking me to pay, you know, $15,000 for property taxes per property. I was like, you're fucking insane. I was like, that's more than what I'm getting in my monthly, you know, and what I'm getting for rent. No, it's insane. You know what I mean? Like, in a year, it wasn't adding up. And they didn't understand this. And I showed them records. I was like, look, I showed you records. Like, you're asking me to take a loss every year. And they were like, well, you're going to have to blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't have to do shit. Fuck that. So I ended up getting my lawyer. I had to travel to New York. And you know what I did? I sold the 3 properties. I sold it right underneath before my renewal thing renewed. I sold the 3 properties. my lawyer sent a letter to the city, basically said that I am opting out of the program and eat my shit. Yeah, essentially. And I haven't been back to New York ever again. Fuck that. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, and the program was really good. Like, the program was fair. I know a lot of people don't like rent control. I'm not a big fan of rent control either, but it really helped people out. My thing was, I wanted tenants that were cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't mind giving someone an extremely discounted rent if you pay it every month and you don't fucking destroy my house. You know what I mean? Like, I'm good with that. I don't mind that. You know what I mean? And, you know, then the city decided to go insane. I was like, oh, well, I'm sorry. And the bad thing was that the people that lived there, they had to move out. They had to find housing. A couple of them had to leave the city because they couldn't get other housing. And I felt really bad. I was like, damn, that sucks, man. But I can't be, you know, I can't be running a business. They need to understand. They're not book smart or street smart. Let's see here. Do you think the writers of this season of DSP... Yeah, they have, man. Season 18 started off with pretty good writing. It was good. And then it sounds like they just decided to take a fucking break, man. And just take a break. I'm hoping that they pick it up in the summer. I think what's killing the DSP Snortex right now is the quartering. All this shit going on with the quartering. Because it's just sucking up all of the energy and the hatred away from other locales. Even Wings of Redemption, Boogie, even Locale Live. You go to Locale Live, nobody's watching Locale Live. So you know, yeah, I think eventually it'll pick up like always. Leva, Uncle Duty, I need to know, are you still sweeping for Melanie Mac? No, I'm not sweeping for Melanie Mac. I posted this the other day. Look, I have disavowed Melanie Mac. I have a new queen now. The Meaningful Podcast has a new queen, and that queen is Brittany Venti. All hail the queen. That's right. All hail the Black Queen. Yeah. She's super bass. And by the way, I really didn't know that Brittany Venti was this pretty. She's pretty hot. She's a very cute girl. No, Melanie's beyond. She might get redeemed eventually, everyone. But hey, Skybomb brother, hey, thank you for being a member for 60 months. I appreciate it. But we had to discard poor Melanie. So she was just she went insane. So we cashed her out. The new mascot now is Brittany Ventney. Shout out Brittany Ventney, the Black Queen. And yeah, there you go, brother. There you go. So yeah, I disavowed her, man. Melanie has to recant her statements and ask for forgiveness, okay? So if she does that, then we may reconsider her, making her our queen again. But at this point, nah, there is no redemptive path for Melanie Mac. She messed up. All right, let's see here. All hail the queen. No, oh god, no, not Anissa. Although Anissa, a lot of people think Anissa's ugly. I wouldn't say she's really ugly. She can be, like, if she, you know, lets her hair grow out and takes care of herself, she'll look a lot better, but, you know, we'll see. Help me. All right, okay, let's watch some videos. Other than that, the only thing happening with the quartering is, of course, his minions. So Christy Mayer is sweeping. My god, she got destroyed yesterday, by the way. I don't know if you guys know who Christy May is, but she's the one that, she's simping for Jeremy for some odd fucking reason, inserting herself in all the drama, and she just got destroyed yesterday. So we'll see. Why simp for these YouTube channels? It's all fun and games. Oh, I'm a big Sydney Sweeney fan. Oh, I am, brother. I am. Oh, yeah, I am. Sydney Sweeney. You guys know. I tell you guys, I'm a fan of the upper body. So I'm a big fan of Sydney Sweeney. Yes. DSP inserting himself in the quarter. Yeah, it is. Again, he's the voice no one wants to hear. So, AI Anissa is fine. Yeah, I mean, you know, she's not ugly. I know people dislike her because of her personality, but like looks wise, I wouldn't say she's ugly. You know what I mean? You know, if we were on a desert island, like I wouldn't like chuck her in the ocean. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't say that. So, all right. Yeah, Booby Streams. No, that's right. Yeah, I'm a fan of the upper chest. I'm just joking. No, I know, man. I know. Super. Don't worry about it. I know. Everyone here is joking. It's not bad. Brittany's hot. Yeah, Brittany. She has very pretty features. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's very pretty features. Yeah, the chesticle. That's right. So, and Brittany is insane, which I like a little bit. You guys know I like the insane ones, and Brittany seems a little bit out there, which is very attractive. You know, it's why I like Melanie Mack, because she was insane. So, all right, enough of that. Enough of the simping before you guys start saying I'm simping and all this shit. Let's move on. We got some videos to watch. All right, so yesterday, DSP decided to turn into an SJW warrior, and he ranted yesterday. He went full woke, started talking about, you know, Directive 220, and all because, of course, support was slow. And again, this is pretty disgusting because this is what he always does. All because he had one slow premiere stream, he decided to do this, and it's just disgusting. Like, I'm just waiting for the day that he starts invoking Martin Luther King and talk about how, you know, he's going to do the quartering. He's going to be the quartering, where the quartering actually said that, you know, if you're upset about Charlie Kirk's death, like this video or buy some coffee or whatever the fuck it is. She's mixed. I think she's she's half white, half black. She's Italian, I think Italian, and half African American, and she's very pretty, very nice very nice features. Yeah, gotta say that. All right, I'm stopping. You guys are gonna keep saying I'm simping. I'm not simping. All right, here it is. Let's watch this video. This is DSP going full woke and caring over the Directive 220.
We're tired of it.
Oh, sorry. Oh, bit fine. Yeah, she is robust and tangy. Very much so.
Get that ass banned.
Get that ass banned, bitches. Well, Ben, I don't think DSP is an SJW. I think he's a PJW. He's a field justice warrior. So regardless of what the take is going to be, his take is going to be, how does this impact and benefit me? So again, he really doesn't give a shit about anything else. Like, I would be okay if he actually held these beliefs, and you know what I mean? Like I've said this before. I'm friends with really like hardcore liberals, like progressives, like people that want to, you know, want to put an end to the U.S. Not friends, but I know them. But at least I can kind of respect them because they hold their opinion. They're not that I respect them, but what's the word? You know, at least they have a core belief. I have to at least say that. Not DSP. DSP, it all depends on what he needs to say to make the money. Yeah, liberal is a bad term because the classical liberals are it's different. I should have said progressives. Well, honestly, not to get too political, but everyone is a capitalist. Everyone is a capitalist. Even social justice warriors that, you know, want fairness and equality and all that, they still want capitalism for themselves, and they want to be able to make as much money as possible. Like, they're all good with you know, everyone getting their equal share and everyone getting uplifted, but they got to make sure that they keep their money. Yeah, everyone is. I mean, naturally, you're gonna want to make sure that you're good to go and you're set. So, I respect no comment. I don't not that it's not about respect, but I can look at someone have a very different opinion than me. And if they actually live by that, you know what I mean? Like, if they live by those values, then at the very least you can say, well, at least they're not, you know, at least they have a set of values that they live by. You can give them that much respect. Not that you agree or not that you believe in what they say or do, you know, and you could probably think whatever they say or do is abhorrent, but at least they have a core principle to live by. Yeah, Rick Cobes. ASC is one of the worst.
Let's just get this out of the way, everybody.
What's up, Crooked? Okay? We're all good.
Please, let's get this out of the way.
Yes, let's get this out of the way, bro.
And I might even put up posted messages or whatever, okay? 2 days ago, we played Directive 8020. It premiered on the channel, all right? Everyone knew what to expect. It's a Supermassive Games narrative-based horror game, all right? We've played 4 different Dark Pictures anthology games. We've played Until Dawn. We played The Quarry. We even played this other game that was like a detective investigation game with horror in it. Everyone knows what these games are. Okay? Everyone. So people coming to the stream know what it is and should know what to expect from the game.
Yes, he's an equal opportunity grifter.
I start playing the game. On the YouTube side, everyone was incredibly quiet. There was a lot of attendees. Like, it was almost 300 viewers on Tuesday, but almost no one was talking. Now, listen, I can't make people talk during the stream, especially it's a narrative-based game. Maybe people are just immersed in the story or whatever.
We'll talk about Jared a little bit
but on
after,
the kick side,
later on in the podcast.
all of a sudden, people start ganging together and saying, we don't like this game. Slow-paced narrative horror. We don't like it. And so instead of saying, well, I don't like something, all right, I'll come back later. I know Phil's doing a react stream later tonight that I like. Or, you know, I know tomorrow he's playing a different style of game. I'll come back. Instead,
yes, nothing like telling your viewership to leave. You don't like what I'm doing? Fuck you, leave. Come back later. Yeah, great strategy there. Again, this is a man who went 4 years or 5 years, whatever it is, and got a college degree in business. And this is his attitude toward his customer base.
Everyone starts spamming thumbs down emotes in the chat. Now, I'll put up with that for a little bit. But what ended up happening was people literally spammed the thumbs down emote for over an hour.
Not the thumbnail.
Okay? And there were a couple people in the chat who wanted to talk about the game and were trying to interact with me, and they couldn't. It was just too many people spamming. And the spamming had
you would think 20,000 people came in and called his mom a whore, the way he talks. Yeah, people are spamming thumbnails because that who gives a shit? Again, Phil doesn't see that as engagement. So Phil equates people using or spamming a negative, thumbnail or whatever, not a thumbnail, emote. He equates that to someone like, say, what's the word? Swatting him. Like, to him, they're equal. If you try to swat me, or if you try to spam emotes, you're the same type of scumbag, and you both should be sent to jail. Like, that's the way he sees it. And the other thing too, Phil, is, man, brother, what the fuck's going on with your shirts, man? Your undershirts. Why is your neck hole so fucking just? It looks like someone grabbed him by the collar and just stretched the shit out of his shirt. Again, I told you why. He keeps shopping at Marshall's and getting irregular shirts. That's the reason why he looks fucking terrible. But come on, Phil. You're supposed to be successful. Go to Macy's, okay? You can get yourself a good quality shirt for like $25, $20, pay a little bit extra, but your neck hole won't be looking dysfunctional.
Has always been against the rules, okay? So I just want to make it abundantly clear here. That's not right, because there's people who are here to enjoy the content of the stream. Even if it may not be you and you're not liking it, please be respectful. Allow other people to talk. These people would not allow other people to talk, okay? Which is sad. So I let it roll for over an hour. And then I said to everyone, listen, you got to stop. There's people who want to engage with the game. They can't because you're spamming. They still didn't stop. So then I timed them all out. It was about 20 people, I would say, I timed out. Most people learned and said, oh, okay, all right. Yeah, we had our fun for long enough. Now we'll stop.
Yeah, someone in Levite and Kick said he sounds more like a manager than his dad. Yeah, that's what he is. That's what control freaks are. They need to control the narrative. They need to control everyone. You know what I mean? They need to control everyone's speech. I mean, this guy. I mean, I bet you his favorite book is 1984 because he's just so fucking Orwellian about everything. And again, it's people like that. It's people that are narcissistic. Need to control everything. It's typical liars too. I find that with people that lie a lot, they always need to feel like in control, and they always have to make sure that, okay, well, I can't let this get out. I can't let people talk about this. You know what I mean? And normal people that just live their regular life don't have to be that way. They just like, all right, whatever. Well, people are gonna say whatever. Who gives a shit? And why react to it? But he has to react to it because, of course, these people should be committed and hung for posting a SpongeBob thumbnail emote in Kick.
There was still some people who sadly kept doing it and they got banned. Rightly so. How many chances can I give you? How many warnings? All right. I don't want to do that again today. I want to make this abundantly clear. I just don't want to deal with that. So once I start the game, if it's not for you, all right, if it ain't your cup of tea and you're not going to like it, leave. Okay? Or if you want to stick around, you're welcome to stick around and hang out. You really are. Like, I'm not kicking you out just because you don't like the game.
Right.
But you can't spam the chat with toxicity and negativity.
You just told them if you don't like the game, leave. You just said that. You didn't say if you're going to be a scumbag and be a shitbag, leave. Please leave. You didn't say that. You said if you don't like the game, but you got... Okay, let's be honest. All this is about money, okay? What he really wants to say is that if you're not going to be here contributing, get the fuck out because I don't need you here. That's literally what he wants to say. But of course, he can't say that. Well, he will eventually one day say that, but he hasn't gotten there yet. The desperateness, he hasn't been that desperate yet. So, but he'll get there one day.
Saying you don't like it. We get it. You don't like it. Fine.
What's up, Kane?
Big deal.
I'm a great landlord.
Just for the record, I get it, but your opinion ain't that important. All right? Some people like this style of game. Some people want to be
Bugle,
here for
right.
it. That's what they're on the stream for. So if you're not here for a game you don't like, intentionally sticking around and misbehaving, you're going to be moderated.
Singapore. Shout out Singapore.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'd like you to come back when I'm doing something that you like. Like, for example, later tonight, I'm finishing my reaction to the Quartering documentary by June the King, and it seems like the juiciest stuff is at the end.
Oh, okay, all right. And this is another thing that I want to highlight. I just want to show his hypocrisy here, okay? So he says, if you don't like the game, leave, okay? Or if you're going to be here and you don't like the game, at least be kind. Don't be disruptive, right? But of course, the moment that the playthrough happens and he's not getting support, what's the first thing he screams at? He screams at people not talking about the game. He bitches about people talking about stuff other than the game.
This is Smoking Pepe Emote Meltdown 2.0.
It is. You're right. You're exactly right. Good God. Thank you, brother. Thank you for being a member for 4 months, man. I appreciate that. But again, you see, Phil, how you're just fucking you're just a hypocrite. Oh, Saint dropping the jewels. That's right. Our first set of jewels. Thank you. Saint sent me 30 jewels so that we can add to the compound. Yes. Thank you. I appreciate the 30 Jews. Yes. As you guys know, Duty takes in all the Jews. I'm like Oscar Schindler. I take in all the Jews and I put them in the camp and I protect them. Yes. Hello, Jews. Thank you very much. I appreciate the 30. Renee Learning Center. Big ups. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yes. Welcome home. Welcome here. Yeah. We're more than welcome here. We're a little insane, but most people are very nice. Okay. All right.
Right? Like, I actually had to end the stream back on Tuesday night because I saw something so shocking that took place during this documentary that I didn't know. My brain was like exploding and shutting down. I was like, I have to stop and we'll resume on Thursday with this. Okay? So if that's what you want, come back on the late stream tonight. You'll get it. But if you're here for gameplay and horror and some fun and some chill, you're in the right spot. If you're here to see tons of amazing action and riveting gameplay, and that's not what this game is. It's a slow burn narrative game with horror elements. People will die, okay? And, you know, it is what it is if you like it or don't. I'm not going to say to you, you have to like it. You don't. That's also why I'm a variety creator, because I make such a variety of content that if you're not liking what I'm doing right now...
My God, man. He's such a great sales pitch person. No enthusiasm. How about you highlight some of the positives? You know, like, I never... Again, this is a man who just doesn't know... He doesn't know what to do. He feels out of control. He feels like the chat's wild. And, of course, he doesn't care as long as people are supporting. And that's not happening. So he was scared that this was going to be the second stream of this game. And no one was going to support. And then he would have to wage quit it. And then, of course, not only... did he not make any money, he would be worried about me and other detractors mocking him. And that's a crazy existence, man. He's so worried about what other people say about him that he has to alter his whole life around making sure that some random nobodies on the internet, he needs to make sure that he can't give a W to some random nobody who just likes to laugh at him. That can't happen. It's insane. Chiba801, thank you, brother. Thank you for the 250 Jews. Yeah, thank you. Yes, we have plenty of room over in our camp. Duty is the protector. That's right. Give me all your Jews, all your tired masses. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You could easily come back on the next stream and you're fine because I'm doing something different. You know, just in the next 3 streams, I'm doing the end of the quartering reaction, right? Then I'm playing Saros tomorrow, and then I'm doing old school throwback fighting games for Friday Night Fights.
Thank you,
can't get any more varied than that.
Thank you, Rocco. I appreciate that. And by the way, before I get any hate here, let me just state this. I am a fan. I am pro The Chosen People. Okay, this is just a bit mocking Phil. I'm not doing it because I'm trying to mock, The Chosen People, okay? That soundbite that you hear there, most of you guys know, but that soundbite you hear is from DSP himself, his DSP himself during his amazing Deep Space gameplay. That's right. I've been a fan since his Deep Space gameplays. All right, thank you, Saint. Appreciate it. I appreciate the 20. By the way, thank you very much for the 20 reviews. I actually was a little worried. I thought I was going to get flagged for this, but I didn't get flagged. I guess, and not that I'm doing anything wrong, okay? I'm not doing anything wrong. But I think it's just a funny bit mocking Phil and his previous statements.
Really different. So I hope that you'll come by for that stuff. But please don't sit here and be all sour grapes that you don't like the content of this stream.
Oh, and I'm sorry. Not Deep Space, Dead Space. Actually, to be more accurate, it was Dead Space 2. I believe that was the playthrough.
Ruin it for everybody else. It's just not allowed. And I'm just saying this up front.
No, I'm not.
I'm trying to be as
DSP,
nice and fair as possible. If I see the spamming and I see people misbehaving, there's going to be timeouts and then there's going to be banning. Or I don't want to do it.
I know I said Deep Space. I apologize. I meant Dead Space. Dead Space 2.
So what I'll probably do...
Dent Space. There you go. We'll call it Dent Space.
...is put a posted message in the Kick Chat right now.
Ah, yes. No misbehaving. I wonder if he tweeted out a message to let everyone know. No spamming of
I received a $2 tip. Someone says, do you think anti-woke is starting to go too far? I have to roll my eyes at some of the accusations towards Directive 8020. I even saw that in your chat. Yeah, so people are saying just because the cast of characters in Directive 8020 are basically international and multicultural from all around the world, that the game is woke. I don't get that. If you take a look at the game, okay, so far, there's characters from all around the world. It's meant to be like that. Like, I think the whole point is that the crew is completely international because it's a collective effort to try to scout this planet so that humans can populate it and basically save the human race. So they sent people from all around the world. There already, I think there was Canadian, British, American, Russian, and more. There's more. Like, I'm trying to think because we didn't actually get to see because their suits have the arm badges of the country they're from. And we've only got to see 3 or 4 of them so far. But I think what they literally are going to have like a person from like.
Again, folks, I could probably consume more DSP content than the average person, right? You guys can admit that. Ever since he started playing this game, there has been one mention of anything remotely related to race.
I really do. I need that money.
One person.
Do you think DSP learned his need for buy-ins from his parents? Like DSP wants a party for his 8th birthday and his parents go, "I'ma need a buy-in."
I don't know, man. It's really hard since we don't know too much about his parents, and how they are. I mean, the only thing we really know about is his mom, that she was a helicopter parent and basically babied DSP, just on what Phil has said in the past. I don't know. I mean, some of it is that he is an only child. I mean, that, how that goes. He was an only child, and, I'm pretty sure that his mom thought he was the most specialist person or child in the world. And, I mean, most people will treat their children that way, but it looks like he had a difficult time. They didn't say no to him very much. And the one time they did say no to him regarding the Wolverine figure, it scarred him for life. I mean, he still talks about it. 40 years later, 35 years later, he's still talking about the Wolverine figure and how his mom didn't buy it for him, or his parents didn't buy it for him. So, I don't know. A lot of it too, I think, is your behavior is not that it's learned. I think your behavior is, when you're younger, you test boundaries, and if your parents don't lock that shit down and show you the path, then You're just gonna grow up to do whatever the fuck you want to. Like your parents are supposed to check your worst impulses. Also, too, that's why it's very good to have a couple good friends, like really good friends, that they'll check you when you're being an idiot. You know what I mean? Like when you're being a scumbag and stupid, they're that person that could come to you and say, "Hey, I think you're being an idiot. You're being a moron. You need to check yourself." He doesn't have any of that. The only person he did have was Rambo, and look how that turned out. Anyone that was remotely tried to be his friend, that relationship went sour because DSP doesn't like people telling them what to do. I mean, again, we can go to the Keemstar thing, and Keemstar offering him $50,000 and a quarter of a business for a local podcast, and he said no because he didn't want to be beholden to Keemstar. So, I mean, there you go. So, I don't know. Why does Phil dress like he sells? I don't know. To him, I think he thinks that this is mature. You know, he's a very robotic person. It's the reason why, you know, when he was young, when he was whatever in his 20s or 30s, he said to himself, "Okay, I need to get married because that's what adults do. They eventually get married." And it's very robotic. So I don't know. Again, thank you, Mike. I appreciate the donation. Much appreciated. To be fair, his type of person. He's the type of person not to listen to a good friend. I mean, again, you know, you still have to have that friend because sometimes he would listen. I mean, I can't say that he'll never listen. You know what I mean? It takes him a very long time to listen because he's a fucking stubborn person. But I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think we know enough of DSP to be able to actually for sure know. A lot of shit contribute to it. I really think what happened was he should have gotten an ass beaten at least once when he was younger. And I think his dad wasn't really present. His father wasn't a present figure. Like Phil will tell you, his dad used to go around banging secretaries. Apparently, his dad was a bit of a hoe. So you know that leaves his mom to be the disciplinary, and I don't know, you know.
Like every major country, I think in the game, like that's the point that they're going for. I don't know what the point, how that's woke. Like, it's kind of like the idea of the International Space Station, where different countries come together.
Again, Phil, no one... he gets me frustrated, because he takes one comment that wasn't even a comment related to race. One comment on the first playthrough, he said, "I don't know, man. I don't know how this game is going to play with your demographic." That's what the person said, right? He took that automatically to assume this person meant race. No, how about it was that your viewers like Pokemon games and they're not really into these type of games? It has nothing to do with race. And he took it as, oh, he must be talking about the fact that my viewers don't like a black protagonist in their video game, so they're not gonna pay and watch the content. And he decided to make this whole narrative about race. And again, I don't think it had anything to do with it. I didn't see Directed 220 game and thought, oh, woke garbage because of a black woman. I don't know.
To try to do something great for humanity, and I don't know how that's woke.
It isn't
at all. And to be honest,
you're the only one talking about woke and shit. You're the only one, Phil. And again, he's doing this for one sole purpose. He is trying to guilt trip his viewers into supporting. He's essentially using SJW tactics to force people to cough up money. Because if you, in Phil's eyes, is if you don't give me money for this game, you're a racist. The only reason why you're not giving me money is because you're a racist. Not because I suck at gaming. Not because my commentary sucks. Not because, I'm going to the bathroom every 5 seconds. No, it's because you're racist. That's why you didn't support this playthrough. And he's done it before. He tried that shit with that southern game, whatever the fuck it was about the girl with magical powers in New Orleans. He tried doing it there, and his chat wasn't biting either. His chat said, "Fuck you." And that was a different story because that actually had some, that Sarkeesian bitch, whatever it is, that woman that all that bullshit. So that was a little bit different than this game. Directive 220, I didn't hear anything about like woke. None of that shit. There was no controversy. Anita Sarkeesian. Yes, thank you, Anita Sarkeesian. I try to block that bitch's name out of my mind because she's annoying. Yeah, so, I can understand why South of Midnight. Yes, thank you. Yes, it was South of Midnight. I believe Anita Sarkeesian was involved somehow or organization, and it turned people off, and that's the reason why no one supported it. But Phil took the tact of, you're all racist because you don't like the game.
We've only played the game for 3 hours. I don't think we've gotten far enough into the game to make these kind of judgments.
Yes.
What it is people, I'm not even kidding. Today people see like a black woman and they're like, oh, it's woke.
Woman. By the way, this is what this is Phil's view on black women.
La la la. Look out, there's a black woman coming. Ah! She takes them both out. Boom! Steals the backpack and runs away.
Yes. Yes, Phil. Great.
What's really funny is the key art of the game is that character. Her name is Young. She's not the main character of the game because there is no main character of the game. They're all kind of equal and you play as all of them at different times. So there is no front character of the game that's the protagonist. Get it? They're all kind of the protagonist. So the idiots who say, oh, the game's woke because the main character is a black woman. She's not. You're just retarded. You didn't play the game or watch anyone play it. You just made a judgment because you're a racist.
La la la. Look out, there's a black woman coming. Ah! She takes them both out. Boom!
I love this soundbite.
Steals the backpack and runs away. Oh.
Yes, Phil. They're all racist. Dead air.
So yeah, I do think that it's ridiculous. Absolutely.
Yes,
I do think that it's dumb that people make those judgments. You have to listen. Any game could be bad. Any game could be good. Any game could actually be over pretentious. It could push a narrative, or it could be doing something smart with the story. Who knows? So far, I've seen absolutely nothing whatsoever in this game that's woke. Nothing. Okay? And
you only played the game for 3 hours, and at that, of the 3 hours, you went to the bathroom 18 times, and you took a 15-minute break. So you literally played like an hour and 20 minutes. Not including the 20 minutes it took you to set up the graphics and shit.
Thumbs up emoji. Thumbs up emoji. Cause Phil would hate it.
Cement, brother. Thank you, brother, for being a member. Thank you for 4 months. I appreciate that. Yes. Thumb it up. Everybody thumb up this podcast. I appreciate it. Plus, make sure to say hi to Phil. He's watching. He's in bed right now while Kat rolled out of her floor, her downstairs bedroom. Shook the whole house. Now Phil's up watching all of us. So say hi to Phil.
You know me. I don't like when games push liberal narratives. I don't like when games push conservative narratives. I just don't like having culture wars and politics in my games to begin with. So, for me, I'm approaching it as basically a narrative-based horror game, okay? Just like everything Dark Pictures has put out before.
Dark, that's racist.
And I'll make my judgments as I go along. I don't go in with preconceived notions because the key art for the game is a black woman's face that, oh, it's woke. Because I'm not a simpleton. I'm not an idiot. But a lot of
La la la. Look out, there's a black woman coming. Ah! She takes them both out. Boom! Steals the backpack and runs away. Oh.
Yes, we always have to remind Phil. Phil, words have meanings, brothers, and it doesn't matter whether you said it yesterday, last year, 10 years ago. It's on record, brother. That's why you need to be careful of the shit you say, man, because it always will come back and bite you in the ass, all right? So let us remind DSP of his views on black women.
People are. A lot of people today just want to go with a trend. They want to be told what to think. They want to be told to be outraged so that they can be outraged and feel like they're a part of a group movement, and that's sad.
Dead air, dead air, dead air. I'm doing my Hey Arby impression. Dead air. Come on, Phil.
Someone tipped $2 and said people are saying GTA 6 is woke because there's black and Hispanic people in it. In Miami, laughing out loud. All that word is a racist dog whistle nowadays. Yeah, it's dumb because originally it was used as a way from liberal people to say, oh, you've been awakened to how things really are, that the world really is biased and racist, and we're living in a world that's not fair. And once you realize that you're woke, you've been awoken out of your trance, and you see the world for what it is. But then what ended up happening.
Are you talking about the video clips, or are you just talking about like just random sound bites? Random sound bites. I converted the video into a MP3, and I added it to my Steam Deck. So like this.
Seems like
I'm sorry,
Juggernaut.
baby.
That and this one.
Hello, Jew.
And this
Like,
one.
It's been tough. You know, my life has been tough over the last decade. It has.
This one.
Retard alert!
So I mean, if you want to, I mean, that's all I have. I don't have any specific place where I have them though. So there you go. Wasted. Hello, Wasted. How you doing, brother? Welcome home. Welcome home.
Happening was the liberals went overload. They started permeating pop culture, social media, video games, everything with this leftist ideology, SJW and all of that. And when they did, everyone got tired of it. It's like, why is this narrative keep getting shoved down our throats 24/7? We don't think that every single person on the planet is a racist. We don't think that every single situation is racist. We don't know why they see the world like that. Not to say that racism doesn't exist. Absolutely it does, and it is a problem, and it needs to be addressed and handled. But it's not every waking moment of every single day in every single situation like they seem to believe it is. So then, when these narratives were getting pushed down your throat constantly, people would say, well, that's too woke. And they started using it as a negative term. Oh, woke is a bad thing. If you're woke, it means that you're brainwashed to think that everyone's a racist and everything needs to be liberal. And so then it became a negative term. Now, I'll agree. I think that it's gone too far the other direction. It's like I always say, the pendulum swings, right?
Yeah,
so it swung one way too far, then it swings the other way too far. Sometimes it's in the middle. That's kind of where you want it, but it doesn't always stay there. So right now what's happened is now it's swinging back the other way again. And now everyone who's like conservative is like, everything's woke, everything's woke, everything's woke. Well, no, not everything is woke. Okay. But yes, some things are. You need to approach it with a rational mind and a fair judgment. You need to be neutral and kind of see things as they are rather than just be outraged about everything. But some people just want to be outraged about everything at all times.
And who gives a shit, Phil? Again, I don't understand why you need to have... Why do you need to be the thought police? Who gives a shit why someone comes to watch your videos or your streams or not? Whether they're fucking racist or whatever. Who gives a shit? Honestly, who really does? Other than really, like, hardcore PDF shit or whatever, you know, those people you should just boot out of your fucking chat. Like Derich, right? I get that. But why are you trying to control how people think and what they say and what they do? Well, again, this is just insane. The level of fucking cope and just like the cult-like mentality that he tries to employ, where he wants everyone in like complete unison. You can't be, you can't talk about woke. You can't talk about this. You can't talk about how much you hate this game. You have to just come in, talk about the game, tell me how great I am, and give me money. That's what he really wants here. That's all he wants. And just this insanity of the levels of trying to control people. You can't do it, Phil. You can't even control your fucking wife, let alone try to control 200 random people that come around to watch your fucking streams. It's just, I don't know, man. To me, that just takes way too much fucking energy, man. When you can just sit back, put a good show on, you know, you're willing to put that effort to control people, put the effort to put out good content. And let the chips lie, you know, let the chips fall. Let them lie wherever the fuck they come. And, you know, the fuck.
Because they've been told to on the internet by people who are literally trying to profit off of their outrage.
Says the man that anytime shit goes sideways, he'll clickbait his titles and say woke. How many of those? He's using now felted. He's using the retarded word now, right, Phil? That's such a fucking hypocrite, man. This guy's such a hypocrite. But of course, rules for me and not, you know, rules for thee and not for me.
Sorry, I was unbanning somebody who just requested it.
Right? Why'd you ban him, Phil?
So no, I mean, I'll tell you right now. So far, first 3 hours of Directive 8020, I see nothing woke. That doesn't mean that won't change, but so far I don't see anything woke about the game. All right, let's continue and let's see what happens. Oh no, not him again. Did a $5 super chat. They put so many DEI in media to gaslight people that maybe are secretly racist. Let me just put it this way. The people who are in charge and doing this stuff, they know what they're doing, and they know exactly what they want out of it. They're hoping to direct an audience one way or the other for their own purposes. Whether it's money, whether it's attention.
Almost like what you do on a daily basis, Phil. I know you consider this as advertisement or whatever the fuck you want to call it, but you're doing the same exact thing, Phil. You're trying to make people... you're trying to get people to agree with you, right? And get them to a point where they're willing to part with their money. That's what you're doing here, right, Phil? Because let's be honest, you're not streaming for free. You're not streaming for fun. You are the one that tell us constantly that this is just your job. You know, that you do it for money and to pay your bills, right? It's a means to an ends, right? That's your own words, right? So you're doing the same exact thing, Phil. I really hate disingenuous people, man. I really fucking do, man. Because they couch all this shit with just words, and they try to make themselves better than people. Like, again, this goes to his rant about ads and shilling, and how what he's doing is not shilling. That's different. Begging for money is not shilling. No, it's all the same thing. If your end goal is to make people open up their Velcro wallets and part with their money, you're shilling, you're begging, whatever the word is you want to use. And it's no difference whether it's you, whether it's Walmart, whether it's Amazon. Everyone's doing the same exact thing. They're hoping that they can get you to agree to part with your money. You're no different. You're no fucking different.
Whether it's power, whether it's votes, whatever it is, they're trying to take the control of the masses and trying to direct them to do what they want. Okay?
Like you're trying to direct your mass, the mass of 200 people, to do what you want.
To be a rational person, you need to be able to see things from a neutral perspective and judge. But so many people today are I'm either all the way over here or all the way over there. There is no in between. Well, if you're all the way on one side...
He's basically accusing his dents of being racist because they didn't give him money for this game, Directive 220 or Directive 820, 8020, whatever. So, of course, he can't justify... He can't be realistic and say, well, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the issue. Maybe I'm boring. Or maybe the game is boring. No, he has to cast blame on something else. And he decided for this specific game, because it had a random black person in it, his viewers don't like the game because they're all racist.
Side or the other, you can never make a rational judgment. Because you've been told it's either my way or the highway. It's either this or you're wrong.
No, he's not woke, man. It's okay. I know what you're getting at, right? I know what you're getting at. Yeah, I get it. But again, he will be anti-woke if it gets his point across and get his end goal is money. Everyone knows that. His end goal is to convince you to open up the Velcro wallet and give him all your money. That's all he fucking wants. So whether he needs to say you're a racist or you're not a racist, it doesn't matter to him. He has no beliefs. He'll say whatever the fuck it is just to get you to part with your dollar.
You don't have the ability to see from another perspective or to walk in someone else's shoes for 5 seconds to understand their different perspective. So how could you ever make a rational judgment? And that's what's happened with tons of people across the globe today.
Yeah, I'll give you another example right now. He didn't play Ghosts of Yotei because there was an uproar that there was a female protagonist instead of when really it wasn't that. It had nothing to do with that Ghosts of Yotei had a female protagonist. The issue with Ghosts of Yotei was that everyone wanted to see a Ghost of Tsushima Part 2. They wanted to follow the Jin Sakai storyline. Had nothing to do with the person was woman. That was the gripe. But of course, DSP thought that, oh, well, my dents aren't going to support this game because there's a woman in it. And then he actually ranted and raved and said, well, no, I forgot what the makers of the game. Or Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is woke and they want to shove DEI down your throat. And that's the reason why I'm not playing this game. He literally said that as an excuse for why he didn't play Ghost of Yote. And I played Ghost of Yote just because I loved the Ghost of Tsushima franchise, and it was fine. The story wasn't the greatest, but the combat was amazing. The new stuff they added, the scenery, the graphics, the gameplay, amazing. The story wasn't the greatest, and I was one of those people that wanted a part 2 of Ghost of Tsushima to follow Jin Sakai storyline. That's why I was annoyed with the game. But you know, we got Phil here.
Okay. And all these people who are online, and they're these content creators who are constantly saying things about the culture wars and about these political shit. They're doing it for money. They're doing it for attention. They're doing it for profits. Because if they actually were outraged, they would do.
Ben, I agree with you, but what I'm saying is he doesn't believe any of this. Like, to him, he doesn't care. He's using whatever coding he needs just to get people to part with their money. That's all this is. And he has no principles. He has no principles. Trust me, the next game that comes out that's woke as fuck and no one likes it, and people would say, "Are you going to play this game?" He's going to come out and say, "No, it has too much woke tropes and all this shit, and no, I'm not playing it." And again, it's not that it's woke. He's not playing it because no one will give him money for it. It's all about money for this guy. That's all it is. And he'll say and do anything to get your money.
Something about it. They would actually try to change stuff instead of just sitting there on their streams and in their videos. And by the way, give me money because I'm yelling. Give me money because I'm yelling. Instead, they would go do something to change stuff. They would actually try to fix things and make things better for people, right? And
yeah, okay, I want to point out this rant went on for almost 20 minutes, and this is a man who has never voted in any election, not even registered to vote. He can't even fucking vote.
Same goes for politicians, too, because people, at least in American politics, all right, they're supposed to be public servants. That's what a politician is. Anyone who gets into a position of power in the government of the United States is supposed to be a public servant. That means you're only there to serve the people first and you second. So why is it that so many politicians get into positions of power with all these promises, never fulfill their promises from the campaign trail, but yet by the time they're done with their political position, they're rich? I thought you're a public servant. Why is it that the only person that was benefited from you being in power was you?
I need that money. I really do. I need that money.
Yeah, you know why I feel? Because people like you didn't go out to fucking vote. Because that was too much effort.
And actions are purely money driven.
Yes. I agree, and I agree. I mean, when it comes to labeling people like they're woke, anti-woke, whatever, for Phil it's very difficult because the only thing he really cares about is just money, and he'll say whatever he needs to say, just to get that money. Trust me. I mean, you know, it doesn't matter with this guy. And again, I think that bothers me more. That bothers me more than anything else. Because again, I can disagree with someone. You know, they have a stance that completely just goes against everything I believe. But if they adhere to that principle, it's like, all right, well, you know, they have their belief, they have their principle. I can respect that and move on. I can't respect anything Phil does because he's like, he's like a you know, he just goes. He's like a fart in the wind. Wherever the wind goes, wherever the wind takes him, he'll just go in that way. So yeah, it's the reason why. Again, let's not forget. It's the reason why that this man had a pro LGBT community, trans friendly, safe space. He had a slideshow as part of his setup for years after he got canceled, right? And he proudly displayed it. And he was an ally. It didn't say everyone's welcome. He said he is an LGBTQ ally, which is fine. Whatever. You can be an ally. It's not a big deal. And the moment he started collaborating and making money with Kino Casino, he took that shit down and didn't bring it up until after the fact. And I'm not even sure if he even brought it back. But again, you know, because he was worried that this was going to look negative upon him in Kino Casino, he took it down. So again, it has zero principles.
Everyone is benefiting from these culture wars, and it's just not helping the public. The public have the wool pulled over their eyes. So now you can't even play a video game without looking. Is it woke? Is it not woke? Is there an agenda? Is this bad? Is that bad? Just fucking play the game and shut up. Just play a video game and enjoy it at face value and shut the fuck up. Stop micro-analyzing every moment of every part of our lives for this culture war shit. We're tired of it. Normal people don't want to be angry 24/7. You know what I mean? We just want,
says the angry man that's angry 24/7,
to relax and have fun with our lives. We don't want to be upset about things all the time. Bilbo Swaggins did 500 kicks, says, I'm upset with you for what you said about liberals. As long as you pay me for being upset, I'm happy with that. Thank you so much.
Probably the most honest thing he said here. Probably the most genuine thing he said here. Let's hear that one more time.
Bilbo Swaggins did 500 kicks, says, I'm upset with you for what you said about liberals. As long as you pay me for being upset, I'm happy with that. Thank you so much, Bilbo Swaggins.
There you go. Okay. And again, when I hear shit like this, and I know he's trying to laugh at, I'm owning the meme that I'm all about money. Nah, get the fuck out of here. That's how you truly feel. That is your core principle, Phil. And I guess I have to apologize because I say he doesn't have any core principles. He does. The one principle is he's a fucking greedy beggar that wants money. That, I guess, his core principle. His core principle to his heart.
500 kicks. Thank you. Much appreciated. Every time you're upset, be sure to send some more kicks my way. I appreciate that very much. I'll keep it going. All right.
Greedy grifter, yes.
What's up, stepdad? How are you, man?
Fuck out of here, you fucking dirtbag.
Someone tipped $2 again, says, wow, a black character in GTA, that's never happened before.
Oh, here's another example. Here's another example. How the fuck did I forget this? His wife, Soulmate, and the Kino Casino arc. How many times did PPP call his wife fat? How many times? And how many times? It was like the fucking Bugs Bunny cartoon where he draws the line in the sand, and then Yosemite Sam crosses it, and then he does another line, and Yosemite Sam crosses it until he falls off a cliff. How many times did he let that shit go? How many times did he give the speech to PPP? Okay, I'm gonna give you this is your 200th chance. Don't call my wife fat, okay? And what did PPP do? He crossed the line and called his wife fat. And he put up with it for how long? For 8 months. Because it got him paid and made him money. When at the very beginning, the first time he even inclinated that his wife was fat or making a joke, he should have stopped the stream, turned to PPP and say, yo, don't talk about my fucking wife, okay? Don't call her fat. Don't make fun of her. You know, if you want to talk about me and make fun of me, knock yourself out. But, you know, you're crossing a fucking line there. And maybe PPP would have showed him respect and said, oh, all right, well, you know what I mean? He's being a principled man. I'll respect what he asks and I won't make fun of his wife. But no, he didn't do that. He laughed it off. Oh, he's just razzing. He's just joking. He literally said that he was, he said that he did it. And he did say one time, he said the reason why he was making fun of him and his wife is because it's some type of, he's just following a script or something like that. He said something he alluded to the fact that this was something planned between him and PPP where they strategized this and he was okay with him calling his wife fat because there was some grand master plan to felt the trolls or some shit like that. It was so, I remember he literally coped and said that. I think it was part of the spiel where he talked about how the tractors are wrong, PPP, Kino Casino is never going to snake me. He literally fucking said that. He literally said it all some grand master plan. And that's the reason why he hasn't gotten upset. Or he literally said, I didn't hear it. That was his excuse. I didn't hear it. I didn't hear him call his big wife fat. Even though I clipped it every time and made a video and would send it to his DMs and everything and say, oh, you know, PPP's talking about your big fat wife, brother.
Sarcasm. People are in an uproar. I missed 10 to 15 years ago when there were no issues over, you know, black characters or anyone like that. Do you think someone for like Lee from Walking Dead would be considered woke if it was released today? again, it's fake uproar. So yes, I mean, I'm not kidding. I think that if the Walking Dead narrative-based Telltale game released today, people would be like, "Oh, the main character is black, so that's it's woke." Yeah, I believe that.
No, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Again, no, that's bullshit. Michonne was a good character. The little girl, what's the little girl's name? And from the what's it called? Michonne had her own side series. What was the little girl's name? And the black guy from the Telltale Heart games. Oh man, how did why Clementine? Yes, Clementine was a great character. The game had great writing. It was a good story. It was almost like a father-daughter. Lee, yes, thank you. I appreciate that. That was well written. It was great. That's why people enjoyed it. What are you fucking talking about? And this narrative about, oh, people don't like women. People don't like women and strong. That's bullshit. Princess Leia, Wonder Woman. Who else do we have? How many other women out there that are in strong lead roles or share lead role that people love? How many? Why? Because the character was well written. Their characters were well written. Ripley, Aliens, perfect. Yes. Yes. Samus, yes. There you go. How many other games? Zelda, boom. Yes, you can name it. Why? Because the games or the movies or Sarah Connor, Terminator, amazing. Well, the first two were good. The rest were garbage, but still, the first two were amazing. What's up, Derek? Yeah, Princess Leia. I love Princess Leia. Princess Leia was amazing. She was ahead of her time. She was sassy. She was great. She was also vulnerable. She played a great. Her character was very well written. Tomb Raider, Lara Croft. Yes. So he's talking out. Yeah, she did, and she is base. She kissed her brother. There you go. She tongued him. And no, not even her brother. Her twin brother. She tongue banged her twin brother. That's base, as the kids
Someone
say.
tipped $1.50 says, "I agree with this rant.
I need those.
What made
No,
his
yeah,
politics
yeah,
different?"
How bad people here.
I have to get
What's up,
this off
Redbird?
my chest.
Yes,
have
please
you
do.
noticed his new autistic psychotic behavior when he looks as the cam then looks away? Very unsettling odd to me.
It's I think, well, it's but I know what you're talking about. I think a lot of that too is when people can't keep or can't hold a I know it's difficult because he's streaming, but essentially he's looking into the camera. It's almost as if he's talking to someone that's there. When it's difficult to, when you're lying or you're not comfortable with what you're saying, is to hold that look. You know what I mean? You want to turn away. It's a very common trait for people that are lying or being deceitful, is you can't keep that eye contact. You have to keep looking away. Or the one thing I notice when he lies, every time he fucking lies, yes, his eyes dart to a corner, or he starts fidgeting with something else. Like he'll start fidgeting with his mic, or he'll be like, "Oh, my shirt," or he'll start doing something like that. And what he's trying to do is it's just instinctively to redirect the conversation away from what he was lying about. So, anytime and the other tale here that he has. And by the way, I'm gonna be truthful here. I have the same tale. When I lie, my brain instinctively shakes. I shake my head. I shake my head no. I don't know what it is, but every time I lie, and yes, I lie just like everyone else does. When I lie, I have a bad habit of nodding my head no. Like if my wife says, "Did you throw the trash out?" And if I didn't, but I'll say yes, I'll shake my head no while saying yes. I don't know why. I know some people have that. I have that tell, so I have to be very careful. Yeah, I have to be very careful when I lie. So I lie about stupid. I lie about stupid shit. You know what I mean? It's always dumb, stupid shit with family. Just oh, did you throw out the trash? Yeah, I threw out the trash. When I didn't throw out the trash, it's just shit like that. You know what I mean? Nothing too serious about lying. Okay. All right, Renee, thank you for being here. I appreciate you for stopping by. Thank you very much. I want to play poker with you. Yeah. I'm a bad poker player, man. I am, but I have that tail. He does the same thing. When he lies, he shakes his head no. He always nods his head no. So I don't know if that's like a proven thing or a tale for psychologists, that people that lie, they shake their head no. So we'll see. I found out Lumix donated to Phil, and I don't care if he's the editor at this point. Very disappointing. I don't think Lumix is. Because Lumix actually has a DSP detractor channel. So I don't think it is. And then the other thing too is I know Lumix personally. I know that he has a very Lumix has a very, how can I say this? He has a very extensive job, and it keeps him very busy. I don't think he would have the time to edit any of DSP's content. No, I honestly don't think. And again, I'm not sweeping for Lumix because I know him or whatever. He's a nice dude. I don't think he would do that. So, he was in an accident recently. Oh, he was, and he can't edit. Well, there you go. If DSP gets doesn't get edited content, then that might be a tell. No, I don't think it's Lumix. Lumix gets a bad rap. You know, people claim that he pays wings, which is bullshit. That never happened. You know, and just because he's cordial with DSP, like I get the same hate too. Just because I'm semi-cordial with Wings, like I don't go in his chat because I'm not I'm not banning Wings chat. He unbanned me. He actually modded me one time as a joke. You know, and you know, I'll call him out for being an idiot, whatever. You know, you guys know. But for the most part, when I'm in his chat, I try to stir shit up, but I'm not like an outright troll. I'm not calling him a fat you know, I'm not doing any of that. You know what I mean? So I get a very bad rap that I'm cool with Wings or I'm sweeping with Wings when I don't. I call him the fuck out for the shit he does or whatever. It's just I'm not gonna go in his stream and shit on him because I know he's gonna ban me. So let me see. Lumix may have introduced Phil to the editor. That could be the case. I mean, you never know. That could be the case, but yes, Tina Turner and Thunderdome. There you go. That's another strong female lead. Did you happen to watch the edit out of curiosity? A lot of wing shot for no reason, and he tipped Phil in the past. I've never seen that he tipped Phil. I've never seen it. If I mean, I can look at it. I'll talk to him. I'll message him, and I'll flat out ask him. I'll say, are you? I never asked him, but I can ask him if he's the editor. I'll ask him. You know, I believe he'll be honest with me. Was there a single edited video that didn't sneak diss Wings so far? Well, the one thing about the editor is he is sneak dissing a lot of detractors, and he is sneak dissing Phil himself. That's why I've come to the belief that this guy might be a detractor in hiding. You know what? I keep looking at the edited videos to see if we get like a small little glimpse of that being said, or maybe a duty gets added or something like that, or maybe a Mighty Tevin, Almighty Tevin. That's what I'm looking for. That's the only reason why I watch those stupid videos, just to see if they try to lace in the tractor shit. Was there a single? And I think he's in the hospital. Man, that sucks. I DM him on Twitter, so I'll send him a DM on Twitter and chat with him, see if he's all right. So, and then I'll ask him. I'll say, look, man, I know you're fighting for your life, but I need to know, are you DSP's editor? What's up, Jeremy? How you doing? Good morning, Duty and the fellow. Good morning, brother. Thank you for being out on Kick. And again, thank you all the Kick viewers. I'm glad you guys stopped withholding your views.
Did you end the show because of a lack of support or other reasons? Because I want to see your perspective.
Yes.
It's this simple. People don't want any kind of a rational thought kind of judgment or opinion. They want to be outraged. They want drama.
Why do you think
they
Phil
want
fixated so much on thumb down?
It doesn't matter what it is. They could have been doing heart emojis, and he would have bitched about that. It's about he wasn't getting any money. That's what it is. With him, he gets so irritated when he's not getting money. And whether it's a thumbs down emoji or whether it's a heart emoji or whatever, it's him flexing. That's going to be the next thing. By the way, his chat was spamming the shit out of Phil flexing emote. Give him a minute. Wait till he has a really shitty stream and his chat starts spamming the flexing emote. He's gonna ban that, and he's gonna scream at people for that. So it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what it is. Like it's about money for him. Again, it's all comes down to money when it's DSP. Money, subs. That's all he gives a shit about. So, thank you for being a member, brother. I appreciate you, Rob Dog.
Believe that the world is black and white, and it's their way is right, and everyone else's way is wrong who doesn't agree with them.
He's insane.
The reason they want to do that is because it makes life simple.
He's a maniac.
It makes it easy, and it makes you think that you know exactly what's going on at all times. Okay? In reality, that's not life. Life is actually very complex. Phil? It's tons of shades of gray in between, and you need to do what's best for everyone because not everyone benefits from the same judgments or decisions, right? Sometimes it's a lot of compromise in life, okay?
What are you talking about? You can't please everyone all the time. No. No, that's why you hope that people are mature enough to, when they don't get their way, they can just move on with their life. Unlike you, that's your problem, Phil. When you can't get your way, you're not mature enough to basically walk away and be fine with it. It bothers you. It's the reason why you still bring up the fact that, the Wolverine Dow, how many years has that been? How many times are you going to bring in Twitch mistreating you? You cycle through the same fucking grievances every other day, okay? You have a list of grievances, that you can't stand these people or can't stand whatever, and you bring them up and you fixate on them. So again, brother, you need to work on yourself, man, before you start accusing anyone of anything.
And you'll learn this as you get older, but a lot of people never mature to the point where they can even understand that complexity of thought. They just have this very childlike mindset, and they're adults growing up with jobs and kids and families, and they're simpletons in their head. They're just dunces. And they don't ever want to think complex thoughts because that makes life too complicated for them. So that's the problem right now that's going on is
The delusion here is fucking insane, man. The delusion here is just off the fucking charts, Phil. Again, 44-year-old man sitting here playing video games for a living, refusing to get a real fucking job. Just it's amazing that he can't look. You look in the fucking mirror, Phil. Again, there are people in life that get by in life. They get by, like, how do I explain it? There are so many people in life that just get by. They get by, and for whatever reason, either God or an angel or someone is looking down on them and making sure that, this person needs a little bit of help because if you leave them to their vices, they'll die because they forget to breathe. I mean, that's how stupid they are, right? You're one of those people, Phil, man. You really are, man. You really are. You must have a guardian angel watching you. Or God must have said, yeah, this idiot right here, I need to watch him because if not, he'll be one of those people that'll forget to breathe and just pass out and die, So, and I love how he sits here and he acts like some type of fucking intellect. Like, come on, man. The man who refuses to leave his house because he's worried that detractors might steal his grocery bags. A man who ranted about a food pantry place that fed poor people, asking for specific types of food for cultural or religious purposes. Ranted about that and called them e-beggars or beggars. Oh, man. Jeez, Louis. Yeah, Professor Phil. Good God, man. Again, I love Seinfeld because Seinfeld was what, in the 90s? Still to this day, like, episodes are really good. Like, they have,
I need that money.
It aged well.
The closest this guy gets to complex thoughts is whether he'll get a medium or large combo for his dinner. I mean, food review.
Yes, exactly. The most complex thought is whether it's tangy or it's what's the other one? Tangy or what's the other? I forgot what it is. I'm so used to just hearing tangy or whatever. This fucking guy, man. Thank you, brother, for the 5 cricket. I appreciate it. Yeah, I 100% agree. And like, it's funny because I think the most intelligent people are the people that are self-aware. I think if you're self-aware, that goes a long way. Like, if you can identify what your weaknesses is, like, that's the one thing. I know what my weaknesses are. I've identified my weaknesses, I know what they are, and I guarantee you there's probably more that I haven't thought of. I'm self-aware when it comes to that. I am. You know what I mean? And what I try to do is I try to lean on the stuff that I'm good at to just help me get by in life. You know what I mean? And I really try to make it a point not to belittle other people. Like I'm belittling Phil because it's Phil. And he's just a fucking idiot. And he's so completely unaware. Just no self-awareness whatsoever. Yeah. I mean, just in general, it doesn't have to be Latinos. It could be any. It could be any. Just... No, I'm 6'2". I'm not short. I'm actually a good. I'm a good size. I'm 6'2" without shoes. Okay, I know some people like, I know some people are like 5'9" and they claim they're 5'11" with shoes, but no, I'm 6'2" without shoes.
I want to do a show about politics. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to analyze stuff. I'm going to tell you a rational thought kind of way to go about it. No, that doesn't agree with the left or the right ideology, so it's garbage. I don't want to watch that. Well, then you won't, because I won't make it, because I'm not going to waste my time with it.
Yeah, fellow giant. I'm a big dude. Well, I used to be really big, but I've lost weight. Speaking of weight, I'm 190, but I actually lost weight. I lost weight, and I actually built up a little bit of muscle. I lost about 10 pounds of just weight, and then I started lifting and eating a lot of protein, and I put on like a good 10 pounds. So I'm about 190 now, and I feel a lot better. So I'm 6'2", 190. I've told you guys I've been big. I mean, I've been big as my biggest was 336. I was 336 at one point. Yes, I was an obese American. Yeah, I was very big. And I've actually told this story. I've lost and gained over 100 pounds 3 times in my life. So I've been as small as 175, and I've been as big as 336. That's the biggest weight that I have. So again, a couple years back, I got serious about my weight loss and all that, and I've been good. I've actually been at my weight for a pretty good time. I fluctuate between like 180 and 190. I'm at 190 now, so that's 6'2". Yeah, it's pretty good. And the thing too is I have big ass fucking I have abnormally big shoulders. Like, I look like a fucking triangle. I really do. It's very annoying. I hate that I have big ass shoulders. Like, they're wide. I'm very wide up in the shoulders. My wife loves it. She's like, "Oh no, that's great. You look great." She really likes it. I look disproportionate. It's very fucking annoying. So I always look a lot bigger than what I actually am. Even when I was at 175, I look bigger than what I was. So yeah, it's a curse. It's a curse I have to bear.
That simple.
What's up, Bogman? How you doing, brother? Welcome home. Here, let me mod you. Everyone is mod here. Please don't abuse it. All right.
My wife demanded a court order to open my safe deposit.
Delusional side fill in the house. That's right. Yo, what's up, brother? $10, brother. Thank you, brother, for the 10 for the money creature. Why didn't they play the soundbite? Did you get a soundbite? Hold on a second. I mean, I can't let this go, man. That's big money. All right, let me refresh. It's probably a little bit late. It's fine. We'll read it anyway. Okay. Pimp, here, you know what? I'll give you this one.
Hello, Drew.
Hello, Drew. Thank you, brother. Pimp, thank you, brother, for the 10. Damn, duty, I'm trying to catch up on the content, but you keep leaving me behind. Oh, my Lord. Big ups, keep the fun. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. This whole quartering thing has really been insane. Like, every time I'm clipping Kino Casino, I'll put out like 4 or 5 videos. I clip like 8 videos, and then I sit there and say, all right, I'm not going to post 8 videos. I'll post like 3 or 4, and then I got to figure out which ones to keep and which ones not to keep. But don't worry, the quartering thing I think is dying down a little bit. So like within another week, no one will give a shit about the quarter. It'll move on. So sadly, I think that Kino Casino is not going to get their channel back. That sucks. Again, like I stated before, I really kind of wanted to get involved in this bullshit because I'm not someone that agrees with deplatforming people, even regardless of what you think of Kino Casino or whatever. You know, them losing their YouTube channel was pretty shitty. Again, I'm not big on deplatform. You guys know me, a year and a half ago, I had to deal with that bullshit where I ended up losing my monetization for 3 months, and thankfully I got it back. So I'm not cool with that. You know, I'm not cool with that shit. So that's why I wanted to kind of get in there and help. And I felt really bad for Flake, for Kino Casino's editor. Just to plug you guys real quick, just to plug. Yeah, brother Ben, I've been hooked on these, brother. I am. Look, I got them right here. She's spending Christmas with her real father, and my wife said, let's see here. Give me your phone now, she yelled. I handed it over. Yeah, dude's hooked on the Reddit telenovelas. It just goes to show I ran out of shit to watch. Oh, you know what I've also been watching? The Star Wars Tales Untold. These are amazing. It's all AI videos. about it's all AI videos about Star Wars. It's amazing. They do a great job. Dude, I don't have a fucking job, all right? I have a lot of dead time on my hands, and I'm bored, all right? I get bored and I start scrolling to YouTube and shit gets recommended and I start watching it. What can I say, brother? So what's up, brother? We lost the whole RTU Tech Talk saga when the Kino clips went down. Yeah, I mean it sucks, man. It really sucks. But I don't think they're going to get their channel back. I hope they do. But just to let you know, quick plug, on Rumble, they did set up something called Locals. They have something called Locals, Local. It's essentially almost like a Patreon, like a members-only Patreon thing. They do streams. Warski's been streaming. I was on their channel last night. It's pretty good. It's pretty funny. It's not just Jeremy stuff. It's a whole bunch of stuff. They do local. They do gaming. Flake, the editor's on talking. It's really good. I was on it. I'm supporting them to kind of help them out. And if it's something you're interested in, if you like Kino Casino, whatever, and want to help out the editor, it's on Rumble. You just type in Kino Casino clips. It'll show you if you're interested. If not, it's all good. It's perfectly fine. You can just watch their shit on YouTube or catch their live stream. So I don't know if their channel, but I saw. Well, yeah, that's Kino Casino. So Kino Casino clip channel. They had a channel where they would post their clips of their streams or live streams. Now it wasn't theirs; it was owned by their editor, and their editor made the money off of that. That's how he got paid. And then when the quartering did what he did, essentially the editor isn't getting paid. So that sucks. Reddit can make you regarded. Just look. I know. Don't worry. I'm not hooked on these things. It's just something to listen to when I'm doing shit in my house. Like the other day, I had to paint my daughter's room because my daughter's gotten into a bad fucking habit of she's gotten into a bad habit of picking paint chips and just peeling that shit from the wall. So she's done it twice. So I think she's done doing that. She's gotten over that stupid little habit. So I had to repaint her room again. So while I was repainting her room, I kicked on one of these stories, and I heard about how I heard about how the wife mistreated her husband. So all right, Redbird, thank you, brother, for the 2. I appreciate it.
I need that money.
Yeah,
I really do. I need that
weird.
money to pay my bills.
Jur's content is oversaturated.
Content is oversaturated. Time to turn the page.
It is. I mean, but the thing is that it's part of the game plan where essentially you want as many eyes on it as possible. You want people to know who the fuck Jeremy is and his scumbaggery, and you want everyone on the internet to know. So that's the reason why the flooding of the content is occurring. But like with everything else, people get tired, they move on. So they get tired and moved on. But I think what happened to Jeremy really took a fucking hit. He took a very bad. I mean, he went from having supposedly 10,000 live viewers on his podcast to barely scraping 400 people, and everyone that's on there is essentially just a fucking detractor, shitting on him or whatever. And of course, his Rumble contract didn't get renewed. So he thinks he got a W by taking down their channel. I think he got more bloodied than Kino Casino. So, but we'll see there. We'll see there. Hopefully, the quartering will learn from this. It doesn't look like he will learn because he was on Christy May's stream last night, and he's still being the douchebag that he is. So, I love the Jared content. I watch it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. He would, yeah. He eventually will, because again, like DSP, he's a spendaholic. The man just has obsession with just wasting fucking money. It's insane how much money this motherfucker spends. Jesus Christ. Like, man, that's insane, man. He could be, I mean, Jeremy, if he was smart, he could have fucking retired years ago. He could have just retired and lived a perfectly great life, but no, he had to just continuously chill and try to make as much money as he could, and then he made really bad decisions. And I think the biggest mistake he made was the whole coffee shit. That shit's been just a money hole for him, and he refuses to let down because he's like DSP. No, if I give up the coffee grift, then the detractors get a W. He's literally DSP in a nutshell. You think he's really bad than many? No, because I know that Rumble is a farm that shit everyone farms on that. Even people that are on there. Like I think Ethan Ralph talked about it and he said, yeah, he's like he view bots. Everyone view bots on Rumble. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure it is. But I mean, again, even when he didn't bot, he would get at least 1,000 people watching his content, his streams, at least 1,000. Now he can barely crack 400 views, 400 live viewers. Jeez. Anyone got a small DSP detractor they want to give some love to? Yes, yeah, that's right. If you know someone here, a small detractor channel that you love, feel free to post it here, except for PWR. We don't post PWR content here because PWR is a douchebag. Okay. Nah. I'm fighting a cold war with PWR, okay? A personal cold war with PWR, so I like trolling him. By the way, if he keeps up his shitty behavior, I may have to channel strike one of his videos, okay? I heard he channel striked Dashfire because Dashfire was clipping his content. So, warning to you, PWR, you know, if you keep making fun of me, I might have to channel strike one of your videos, okay? Just a warning. PWR is just a fucking loser. That's another grifter over there. Did you see his Phil? No. I don't watch really any of his content. Every so often, I'll see that like someone will come and send me a link to a video he did about mine that he was reacting to one of my streams or whatever. I might check it out, whatever. But honestly, no, I really don't have any beef with PWR. I think he's a little bit out there. I don't wish him any ill will. And no, I'm not gonna strike him. I was just joking. But you know, I pretty much for the most part ignore him. I just ignore the guy. Anyway, you like Urban Style Individual? Yeah, Urban Style Individual are good people, man. He's someone that, again, it's really funny, but these orbiters of DSP for some reason, because that's what he was a DSP orbiter initially. What ends up happening with them is they get a little bit of success, and then once the success dries up, they can't let it go. Like, he got that money for a couple months, especially when Kino got involved. You know, he was streaming to 400 or 500 people. Now he's back to streaming to 30 people if he's lucky. Not really making any money. Well, you know, he's back to begging for Burger King money. And it's been difficult. It's been tough for him, yeah. I think he had to get a real job, didn't he? Do you know of? Don't know. Yeah, I think he had to get a real job. Did he get a real job? Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Let's see. Dick Stroking Phil's vlog. Yeah, I love Dick. Dick Stroking vlogs is funny as fuck. Alright. Oh, wait. I didn't mean to cue Whiterun the time Urban Style Human stole. Oh, let's watch this, by the way. This is funny. He told the story. This was the day before yesterday. Hold on a second.
She makes like video content of old games, like Juggernaut.
If you're gonna have these conversations, can you please let me know?
I'm sorry.
They're being insanely loud.
I am. I'm sorry.
30, yeah.
I was too loud, guys.
I got to feel in trouble.
I'm sorry. My wife wants to go to sleep. I'm sorry, guys.
Fuck up. Either subscribe, donate, or get the fuck out.
Big ups, my lord. By the way, thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. I have how many subs? I have 32,106 subs. That's right. Woo! Big up. Suck it, PWR. Suck it, PWR. You can suck my subscriber penis. That's right. You'll never, ever, ever be as big as me, and you're just jealous. You're a jealous Canadian bastard, okay? Who's on drugs and has mental disabilities and problems, okay? No, 32,106. I think that might be 7. So, yeah, brothers, come on. 67,900. Oh, no, 890 something subs to go. And we'll do a huge party. We'll do a face reveal. It'll be amazing. You guys will see Duty's beautiful face. It'll be great. Will with the big big 250 Jews. Yeah, big. Hello, Jew. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. That was very nice of you. Thank you, brother. I appreciate all the love and support. Watch out, dude. PW hates. Yeah, he hates women because he can't get any women.
DSP's #1 fan did a $2 super chat. That's our first super chat of the night. And asked, when they stole your shopping cart, did you restart shopping? I mean, I had to. They took all my stuff. Like, they literally took my cart was absolutely full with all of my groceries, except for one item. So I left the cart, walked maybe 3 aisles away, grabbed the item, turned around, came back, and the cart was gone. And I scoured the store, and it was gone, which means they just grabbed it and walked right out the door with it without even paying. Of course.
I wonder, was it an urban style person or was it the Burger King crackheads? It had to be one of those two people.
Of course, I had to start over. What was I going to do? Go home with no groceries for the week because I was upset? Shucks, they got me. Well, I give up. No eating this week.
Why would you be upset? You had like 5 things in your shopping cart and you lost a couple bags. I mean, that's a moment. That's a moment of, oh shit, and then you just keep on with your day.
No, I just went back and shopped the store again. What was I going to do, right?
Yeah.
It sucked, but that's life, I guess.
We watched the video. We actually watched the live video of that when he talked about it. It was an hour-long fucking rant about people stealing his content.
So thank you for the $2. Our first super chat of the night. VR Rising, what is that? Or V Rising. All right, everyone needs to save their game suggestions till Sunday night. Sunday night, you guys come on stream. We'll jump into Steam. You guys suggest games. We'll look at the games. We'll add them to wish list. We'll pick some and try them. But I'm going to do it I'm going to do it Sunday and Monday night. So we are going to add things to the list and guaranteed within those 2 nights we're trying some games. Okay? Save all your suggestions for then. Stepdad, how are you? Good evening. Good to see you.
Stepdad, give me your money.
How long ago was the shopping cart thing? Like almost 2 years now, I think?
3.
I want to say it's been almost 2 years now, if I remember correctly.
No, it was, yeah, it was 2024. Yeah, it happened 2024.
Oh, no. Thank you for telling me, Stepdad. I did it again. I didn't update the title on the kick stream. Oh, man.
He has prolapsed memory
family, another
loss.
$2 tip. Has Seattle gotten better since the robbery? No. It hasn't. It hasn't gotten any better. It's gotten worse. Seriously. All the people complain about it, but I hate to say it, if you don't do something about it, it won't change. And out here, everyone is of this very left-leaning, very ultra-liberal mindset. So they keep voting in people with a very leftist, ultra-liberal mentality. And what is that? That's lenient on crime, lenient on, enforcing any kind of law whatsoever. Oh, don't put people in jail.
Phil.
Instead, put them in rehabilitation.
Not
be
very
nice
woke
to them.
of you, brother.
Last time I checked, being nice to someone who has willingly decided to go out of their way to break the law doesn't really work. But that's maybe my personal experience. Maybe they think just being nice to everyone around you, no matter what they do to you.
Again, brother, let's remember this rant comes about because someone stole his reusable bags. It wasn't like someone, R8'd his wife or something, or someone assaulted him, or, his vehicle got stolen, or, I don't know, somebody shot at him. No, someone apparently stole his reusable bags.
Who somehow will improve society, but that, I don't know, that's what they think here. So nothing improves. Like literally nothing improves.
And by the way, no one even knows he got robbed. So if you don't know the story, he was at shopping. He was at what was that store that he shops at supermarket? He was at a supermarket chain where he shops at, right? His weekly grocery run. Myers or whatever it's called. I think it's Myers or some shit like that, right? No, it wasn't. Well, no, it wasn't Walmart. It was Fred Myers, yes. And apparently he left his cart in the middle of the lane. He went 3 aisles down to go find something he needed for Thanksgiving.
I need that money. Pay my bills.
He came back.
Seattle is Mega City 1 with Judge Dredd as the law.
Yes. That's what Phil wants. That's what he wants. He wants Judge Dredd to come in and murder anyone that stole his bag. Yes, for sure, brother. Thank you, Redbird. I appreciate it too. So he went over. Okay, and by the way, when he told the story, he said literally he timed himself. He actually tried to tell people, I timed myself to see how long it would take me to go over 3 aisles. And he said it literally took him 25 seconds or something like that. And as soon as he came back, he said the cart was missing. And then, of course, he thought maybe I went to the wrong aisle. maybe something happened or whatever. So he started looking, couldn't find it. Went to the front of the store and then started screaming at the fucking manager because he's Karen. And the manager said, oh, well, maybe we moved it or whatever, right? Or maybe you left it somewhere where you didn't mean to leave it. They went looking for it, couldn't find it. And of course, he made a big stink out of it. And he probably yelled at the manager that's making probably $20 an hour and wanted some type of reimbursement for his bags, right? And the guy basically said, I don't know what to tell you, man. Just go get another cart. It wasn't like you bought the groceries, someone stole them, and now you need to you know what I mean? It wasn't that. It was, he claimed someone just took his cart. I pretty much guarantee you probably a worker was pissed off that this motherfucker probably left it in the middle of the lane, blocking shit, and he was so pissed off with Phil that he just took the cart and shoved it to the back. That's probably more than likely what happened. But of course, he created this fan fiction. There's footage, but you like no one at the store. Those footages are cameras that get sent to a company to review. Like they get sent off site and they're saved and processed for a month or whatever. And if you need footage, you have to make a request to the company, the security company, for that footage. So no, they couldn't. The manager didn't have access to look at the cameras or whatever. But of course, he came out with this fan fiction that some urban style people, he actually called it a ring. Apparently, there was a thieving ring in Seattle where a bunch of women go and steal shit. They start doing raids, steal shit, and they take it to these people that they sell it to them, and then those people resell it or whatever. That's who he claims stole his shopping cart with his bags and his groceries. That's literally what he thought happened. And he developed this whole fucking fan fiction of what happened. I'm shocked he didn't say, oh, and then someone threw me in a white panel van and kidnapped me. Like, that was the only thing we needed for the end of that story. We didn't get that. But, it's Phil here.
Improves. It just gets worse. And now it's to the point where I'm not kidding.
It's tired. Yeah, it's tired.
If you go into a certain kind of store around here, I'm not talking like a high.
I think what happened with the tire was that Kat, doesn't know how to drive. She slammed into the curb. The rim got busted and broken, and then her coworker helped her dispose of the rim. And then she called DSP. She called Phil up and said someone stole the tire. I think that's what happened. That's probably the more plausible excuse or what happened there. But they did file a police report. They did do that. They did file a police report. So, and the report's out there if you want to see it. I'd like to know what crime he's afraid of. Lives in an HOA, rarely leaves the house, has no life, has been doing his shot. I don't know what he's afraid of. I know I think some of it is just delusional. He thinks that he's this big shit, like he's a celebrity, and that people want to, he thinks he's like Nicki Minaj or something, and he needs security, but can't afford to have 24-hour security. That's what it is, just paranoia and delusion. Trust me, I bet there have been plenty of people that know who Darkside Phil is at Fred Meyer's or Costco and never said shit to him because they don't give a shit. Most people don't give a shit, Phil. If I were in Renton and I saw you, I might say hi. Like, that's basically what I would probably say, and then take a picture of you and your wife if she's there, and then make a video about it. That would be the extent of it, Phil.
High-end shop, but if you go to just a regular level store, people regularly walk in with a bag, fill it up, walk right back out the front door. No one bats an eye. No one tries to stop them. There's nothing that can be done. If you call the police, they don't show up. I'm not kidding. They don't even show up. Unless there's a violent crime taking place, no one even bothers with it. They just don't give a shit. That's how bad it's gotten in this area of the country.
Yes. Yeah. Someone's stealing my gourmet grocery bags.
What would I do to fix the crime? So I would do exactly the opposite of what they've done. Immediately, I would increase the police budgets.
No, Phil. Again, no. No one takes you seriously, brother. You don't even do the most minimum basic thing of voting, okay? You're not even registered to vote. At least your big fat wife is actually registered to vote. And even though she votes by mail, at least she's registered and she votes. So, if I were to hear this rant from Kat, I would probably listen to it and see what grievance she has. And would offer, would say to myself, all right, well, at least she voted, blah, blah, blah. You, sir, aren't even fucking registered to vote. Let alone you want to sit here and tell people how you would fix their lives. You can't even fucking fix your own life.
Mass hiring police officers, empower them to use the law instead of punishing.
Yeah. And when his property taxes shoot up $1,000 a year, then what are you going to say, Phil? What exactly are you going to say there? Oh, the politicians need to do something to lower my property taxes. They need to stop hiring so many police officers.
Them for doing their jobs, tell them you'll be rewarded for actually doing the right thing and putting these criminals in jail.
Ah, yes.
And then
incentive.
All of a sudden, stores will be like, "Oh, if we call the police, they'll show up and arrest people."
Yes, I think that's what they should do. They should hire people and place police officers on an incentive base. If you write, I don't know, 200 tickets a month, parking tickets, you might get a bonus in your paycheck.
And then they'll start doing it. But that was the problem. This all started around 2020. COVID hit, and then the Black Lives Matter movement happened. And in these liberal parts of the country, including Seattle, where I live, all the people rallied and said, "We want less police."
King, I'm not going to lie. Does anyone know what Cozy is? Is anyone familiar with the Cozy Bread restaurants? I love Cozy Bread restaurants. It's fire. It is the best fucking flatbread in the world. And what I used to do every day was when I had my job, when I actually had a physical job, I worked. I had 2 jobs right next to Cozy's, actually. When I worked at downtown Philadelphia, there was a Cozy there, literally in my same building. And then I had another job in Horsham, Pennsylvania, and there was a Cozy there. All right, Chris would probably know what I'm talking about. And there was a Cozy there. Bro, even when I didn't want to eat the sandwich, I was like, all right, it's, I can't eat their sandwiches every day, because I would. Trust me, I would eat Cozy sandwiches every fucking day. I would go in there and take they have a bowl where they do pieces of bread, of the flatbread. Bro, I'd go in there and act like I'm going to buy something and just take a whole bunch of scraps of bread and just leave. Yes, I would do it. So I'm guilty of doing that. So I'm not going to shit on anyone that does that.
We want less enforcement. We want less. And now everything is falling apart. They actually said Seattle, the city of Seattle, has the lowest percent of occupied real estate for major.
No, he doesn't know how to put on a spare tire. He actually had to get a tow truck. He didn't even, oh, by the way, he didn't put a spare on. You guys know that, right? He didn't put a spare on. And he had a spare. He apparently didn't know where the spare was and couldn't put the spare on. So what he did was he paid for a tow truck. He paid about like $150 to get it towed to Firestone. He got it towed, and then Firestone scammed him with a rim and a new tire.
Stores and companies and retail outlets than any other major city in the United States.
That already happened?
Seattle is hugely empty. The companies that were there trying to sell things got robbed so much, they said forget it, and they shut down and left. Even major retailers like Target and
Cozy. I think there's only like 2. I don't know what happened. It's Cozy like this. I think they're in Chicago. They have a restaurant in Chicago, maybe one in New York. But they expanded, and then they were too expensive. That was the thing too. Like one sandwich would be like $10. But it was amazing. The fucking bro. And by the way, my wife bought me a bread machine just so that I can learn the Cozy recipe and make my own flatbread. I make my own flatbread now. It's fucking amazing. It's just as good as Cozy's.
And Walmart have shut down locations in downtown Seattle. Starbucks left. They said forget it. They actually moved the giant thing that they had there. They moved it. They left. They said we can't even be here anymore. So it's just it just gets worse and worse. And again, the people out here complain about it and say, man, we don't like it. But then they vote the same kind of people into the positions of power, so they get the same kind of result. If they had a brain in their head, they would say, oh, we tried this tons of times. It's not working. Let's try something different. But you can't really help stupid, I guess. I don't know what else to say. DSP #1 fan wants me to run for governor. Well, there you go. I think that might be in the cards for me soon. DSP for governor 2020. I don't even know when the governorship is up for. But let me put it this way. I don't think I can do worse.
Again, doesn't even know when the election is up for it. Again, doesn't vote, doesn't give a shit. He just doesn't care. He'd rather sit there and bitch and complain about how everything is so terrible, but refuses to actually do anything himself. Yeah, I love people like that.
I really, if I just sat around doing nothing all day with my thumbs up my ass, I think it might actually have more positive impact than what the people do out here who actually are in charge. So, you know.
Again, this 10-minute rant, all because 2 years ago, he misplaced or someone took his reusable grocery bags.
Let's see here. Someone tipped $1.50, says, you didn't pay for your groceries yesterday. How were you robbed? They stole all of my bags, my grocery bags, which were pretty high-end, expensive bags. I bought them off of Amazon.
Oh,
some of them had the...
Oh, my God. High-end grocery bags that he bought, gourmet-style grocery bags that he bought at Amazon. I want to let that set in. Yes, Gucci. He got some Gucci style grocery bags. What's that? Michael Kors. He got some Michael Kors grocery bags. It just the amount of money this guy just wastes every fucking day out of his life, man. Like he just burns through money, man. Like nobody's business. And yes, he is the type that if he doesn't have toilet paper, he would take out money. If he had money, he'd take it and wipe his ass with it just because he thinks money grows on trees. It's just insane, man. Just insanity. Pre-dawn course, brother. Thank you, brother, for the kicks over on Kick. Yeah, thank you, brother, for not withholding. I appreciate that. Thank you, brother. You know, I don't have a soundbite for you, but here you go.
Hello, Drew.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. And more is coming in. Thank you, brother. I do appreciate that. Thank you for the love and support. Holding Kick support up. I appreciate it.
The padding for refrigeration, and others were just really heavy-duty bags. No lie, like probably those bags were like $40-50 value because I bring them in every time that I go shopping. And I have like 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 6 padded bags, each of which are worth like probably like around $5 each. And then I had a whole bunch of the generic bags, which is probably around 20. Yeah, so it's like $50 of bags that were in the cart, and they just stole the whole cart. So they took all my bags along with all the groceries that were in the cart. So I got robbed for about $50, and the grocery store probably got robbed for about $200 of groceries that I had in the cart.
You know, you wouldn't have that problem if you shopped at Walmart, right, Phil? You wouldn't need gourmet bags at Walmart.
Yes, they were Gucci brand grocery bags. That's correct. Gucci groceries. That's what they call them. Gucci grocery.
I bet they were. Fucking
very nice.
Idiot.
Oh, this happened like 2 years ago, Sky Jogger. Just people asked me about it tonight, so I'm just, retelling the story. What's up, Uniqueness? How are you tonight? Welcome.
Shit, at $50, he better have RGB lighting on them.
All right, we're going to get started momentarily. It doesn't look like we're going to have high attendance for tonight. I guess that's okay.
Yeah,
I want to wrap up this game.
You're right. Actually, we watched it the other day, Bug. We watched it the other day, and you're right. He did say that. He said, oh, they were shitty bags. It wasn't a big deal. Yeah, he lied. He lied and retconned the story again because he saw how stupid he sounded. So, of course, he had to make it seem like, no, well, it was something of value that they stole. It wasn't just, the cheap shit that you buy at the grocery store for 50 cents or whatever.
And I really want to test out this Steam controller, okay? So, I'm excited. Because I don't think that poverty...
you know what I have in my car? I have the free Target bags they give you. You know how Target gives you the free bags? Because there are certain stores that no longer provide bags anymore. So I have those Target reusable bags that are fucking free. That's what I have. And they're perfectly fine. They don't need to be robust or gourmet.
Poverty should be a thing in the United States, such an affluent country. We have so many people who are living in poverty. I don't think that's really the problem for the most part in Washington State. And the reason I say that is because multiple times in the last 5 years, they have shut down major crime rings. These are not normal people who are destitute and decide, hey, I need to start robbing stores.
You don't know
because
that,
it's like
Phil.
some, Robin Hood mentality, rob from the rich, give to the poor. I need to steal to get by. Oh no, these are actual organized crime rings where criminals go and steal every day, jump on a bus, go to this place where they drop off the product, and that product then gets resold for cheap, and there's a whole market for it. They've knocked over probably 5 to 10 of these different houses in the last 5 years where it's organized crime ring. Dozens and dozens of these criminals are going store to store every day doing this, and no one stops them. It's actually organized crime. It's not, oh, I lost my job and now I need to get by, so I'm robbing the local Target. That's not the case.
I think what's going to happen with Phil is he's not going to be able to maintain and afford the place. So here, let's paint a bleak picture for DSP here. Okay, let's paint a bleak picture here. He makes $120,000 a year. Okay, we know that that's factually correct. He makes about $120 a year. Okay, his mortgage, even if he, his mortgage is what, 10 years old, so he still owes about 20 years for his mortgage. So he's 40, he's 44, he's going to have to pay his house, his mortgage still a year before he retires, right? Okay. Which is right now, I think he's paying about $1,600 for his mortgage. That's his mortgage, his payment every month. Let's just say that it stays consistent, $1,600 a month, right? Even if he gets to a point where he pays the house off, which we know he's not, he's going to get a home equity loan, and which will extend his mortgage out another 10 or 20 more years, right? But let's be gracious and say that he pays the house off, right? Even at the age of 65, he still has to pay a couple things on the property. He has to maintain insurance every year, which is probably about $3,000 a year. Insurance, it's about $3,000 a year. Insurance on the house. Property taxes, which currently right now, he's paying about $6,000 a year in property taxes, right? $6,000. So that's $9,000 a year just on two things. And then he has to pay his HOA fees, which are almost $600 a year. Excuse me, $600 a month. So we're talking another $7,000, right? He's paying $16,000 a year just for those three things. And I'm not even talking about bills or any of that shit. $16,000 a year. So that comes out to what? If you break it out by 12 months, he has a set monthly expenditure every year when he retires, when he's done streaming, you know what I mean? Every year where he's going to be paying, he's going to have to come up with at least $1,400. At least $1,400 minimum just to pay for those three things. And that's not even talking about his utilities, his groceries, cat's medications, whatever, what have you, right? He's not going to be able to afford, and that's if prices stay the same. That's if his HOA doesn't keep going up. That's if his property taxes don't keep going up. And if we know prices always go up. So at a minimum, he's going to need to figure out how to get $16,000 a year just to pay for those three things. Yeah, $600 a month. Yep, that's his HOA. I am positive. Trust me. We've looked at that information. You can actually, there's a website. There's a website specifically where you can see the information. So yes, it's $600, and I believe one of the detractors actually called and confirmed. It's $600 a month. It's like $580 something. It's almost $600. It is insane. So that's every fucking month. So he's gonna have to come up with $16,000 minimum a year when he retires. And that's if prices don't go up, and it's gonna go up. By the time he retires, it'll probably be double what he's paying now. So he might get the minimum of Social Security. He's not going to be able to afford the house. He just isn't. So whether he goes bankrupt or whether something major happens to him, he's not going to be able to live his life. He's not going to be able to just continue living his life there. There's just no way. There's no way. So he's going to have to figure something out. So I think whether he goes bankrupt or whether he just can't afford the property, he's not going to be there long. Maybe another decade if he's lucky. But you can't. And the thing is, too, is he is such a fucking spendaholic. He's a shopaholic. He has to waste money, and that hasn't gone away. You would have thought that going through an audit, an IRS audit, you would have thought that would have scared him straight and said, you know what? I'm going to hoard every penny that I get. I'm not going to buy 10 rests. I'm not going to waste money on none of that shit. I'm going to pay my bills, and I'm going to put myself in a situation where if I do run into financial difficulty, I have some savings or whatever. You would think someone like DSP would have learned that lesson. But no, he still hasn't learned that lesson. Still hasn't learned that lesson at 44 years old. Yeah, it's insane. Oh, God, yeah. The HOA is ridiculous. I don't pay an HOA. Fuck that. I don't give a shit. I mean, I don't give a shit how nice or people go. Fuck that. I'm not paying no HOA. I'm not paying $600 a month for somebody to cut my lawn and shovel snow or whatever the fuck it is they do. No, thank you. All right. It's insane. His garage is full of ammo. Yeah. And on top of that, the idiot has to pay the dump. The dump services alone are $100. It's $100 a cart. So every 2 weeks, that's why he doesn't do it. But every 2 weeks, he has to pay $100 to go to the dump to dump all his garbage. Ugh. Good God. Let's see here. All right. So we covered him being woke, being using SJW tactics to insult his dents. We covered that. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Let's watch the quartering thing a little bit because this was kind of insane. By the way, did you guys watch it last night? Did you see how interested he was when it came to the reporting tool? That was really fucking weird. Let's watch it. I want to watch at least that part. Hold on.
She makes like video content of old games like Juggernaut.
If you're gonna have these conversations
all along.
Okay. I'm gonna skip to the part where he talks about the reporting. So this is the discussion around Jeremy reporting Kino Casino, right? And look how interested he gets. Bro, his eyes are wide open here. You guys ready for this?
That was their master plan all along. Let's get this guy to bite. Hook, line, and sinker, he bit.
Down this platform right now. You said that you had the connection.
And his quartering live channel.
YouTube.com/report this. Where is that? I want to do this right now on my channel and see what it looks like. Because I've never reported anyone. And I want to see.
Wait, nope, that's a lie. You've admitted to reporting Crazy Boy, the train robber, whatever the hell his name is, Super Crazy. You reported Dark Days Mirror and were the reason why his channel died. So at minimum, we know you've reported 2 people.
See if that's available. Report this. What is that? Report this to us? No, report this to what? Where do you find that menu? YouTube.com/report this to what? Where is that? That's on a phone.
He's such an idiot. What this is, if you don't know what this is, if you go to your YouTube, there is on your computer, there is a specific section where you can look at your report history, where it'll show you every single time that you flagged a video or a channel and reported for something. It's usually like, I don't know, if they sexual content or harassment or one of those type of things, you have the option to do a report, and this keeps a record of every time you report a channel. So I guess he doesn't know this. He thinks that this is some type of avenue where you can go and report channels for whatever, right? And the funny thing is here, when we keep watching here, you can tell because he gets very interested in the fact that he thinks that you can delete that history. Like there's a way around where you can actually report someone and then get that report removed from your history. So if anyone ever claims that you flagged someone, you can pull up your history and say, no, look, I didn't report anyone. So it's really interesting how he gets about this. He gets really slimy about it.
I mean, I could try it on my phone. Where do you find that?
Oh, yeah, he would ban every detractor. I'm pretty sure he has. Dude, I'm pretty sure his report history, he reports every single video for everything. And not just him. I guess his dents probably do it too. Like Kevin Stiles, Kevin Bernstein, all the Kevins. They probably just go and spend their whole day just flagging detractor content.
Where do you even see that? Like, no screen on my phone looks like that. Maybe he's not. That's not the app. Is that the browser?
By the way, this is why it took him 4 streams to review this fucking documentary.
I'm trying to get to the bottom of this, guys. So, YouTube.com /. Report this to report.
Such a fucking idiot.
Report this. Maybe it's the report. Report history.
Ah, good job there, Phil.
Okay. Okay. I see. So this shows your entire history of the existence of your channel, of any report that's been associated with it. Okay. All right.
So right here, folks, he can never plead ignorant that he doesn't know what he's talking about. So the next time there's a mass flagging of DSP detractors, right? And someone comes in and they blame him, and he says, I didn't do it. I don't flag anyone. And then someone says, pull up your report history. This is where he should go, and he is aware of it, okay? So the next time, because it's going to happen. Eventually something's going to happen. He's going to start mass flagging people, or people are going to mass flag for him, and he's going to plead ignorant. And then when people ask him, show your history, he's going to say, I don't know what are you talking about? I don't have that option. What are you talking about?
That's interesting. So I didn't know that existed?
No, this is YouTube. If you go to your YouTube channel, your front page, like go to YouTube, open up your channel. Everyone has a channel. On the far left corner, there's a place where you can go to, here, let me show you guys. Hold on a second. So you go here, you view my channel, and then there's an option somewhere here to look. Here it is, report history, right there. Bam. Can you see it? Here, you see my arrow right here? It says report history. It's on the far. A second. Right there. You see where it says report history? That's what he was looking for. He was looking for that. Fucking stupid. So that's what. And then if you click it, you can see your report history. Anytime you reported content for whatever, it's right there.
So what he's trying to do is create a defense saying, look, there's no evidence. Okay? Well, number one, I have a few things I could say about this. And again, I don't know if this is true or not. Okay? Hold on.
Then what are you adding if you don't even know whether it's true or not?
Okay? He claims he did this live and he showed his account. So this could be some of his accounts, but not all of them, which I think is what they said, right? But there's also an ability to withdraw reports.
How do you know,
but if
Phil?
You withdraw,
how do you know that, Phil?
Withdraw the report, would that withdraw the consequence of the report? Like, let's say, for example, someone flags someone for harassment and cyberbullying, and YouTube reviews it and says, yeah, that video actually did violate our terms of service, hit him with a community strike. Well, now you can just withdraw your request.
No, you can't, but okay, go ahead. Not for that. Not for that. The only time you can really pull back something is that if you flag a channel for a privacy issue. Because what happens with a privacy issue is that it goes to YouTube legal and someone reviews it. That's pretty much the only time. Like, you guys know the whole Jay Hayes shit when he came on the stage. I made a video about him and he got butthurt because of a thumbnail where I dressed him up as in a rainbow t-shirt with a button that said pro LGBTQ or whatever. And he got upset about that, and he flagged my channel for a privacy thing. And he reported me for altering his image or likeness or whatever. And I confronted him on his channel, and then he said, "Oh, okay." He was like, "Yeah, oh, okay, you're right. You seem like a nice guy, or whatever. I'm gonna withdraw the whatchamacallit." And he did. He withdrew it, and it that warning or whatever I got an email that basically said the person retracted the whatchamacallit. But if YouTube legal would have reviewed it and they found that, yeah, you did do something, I couldn't gotten a flag for it. Yeah. And I think once you get it flagged, that's it. You can't do anything about it. Like, YouTube isn't going to go back and change it. Like, they're not going to re-upload that. You know what I mean? It's just, no.
Yeah. So maybe that's the case. Maybe you submit, they got hit with the consequence. I'll just withdraw the request and now show, oh, look, my queue's empty. Right?
And no, all this is just maintain. It's just a tracking thing, Phil. All this does is just maintains and tracks every time you reported a channel or a video.
Very interesting. Hold on.
Why are you laughing? What's so interesting about it?
Hold on.
And look, by the way, it looks like he was trying to test it. Like he was going to flag a video or a channel. Look at him. Look at that stupid grin on his face.
I guess I'd have to mess with it.
Oh, really,
Because
Phil?
I can't do anything right now.
You have to mess with it. Okay, so I'm just putting this out there for any detractor. If you get a flag or you get your content removed, assume it's DSP. Assume it's DSP, okay? And you make sure to call him out. Make sure to call his ass out for this bullshit, because I think he thinks he's being clever here. And, you know, he might just decide that if someone pisses him off for something, a detractor make a funny video or the meme or whatever, or he might decide to flag someone. So if you do get a warning or you get some type of flag or whatever, let everyone know. Let everyone know, because I think, you know, we might need to pay Mr. DSP a little visit over here and hold him accountable for being a scumbag like Jeremy. So, but I think he learned his lesson in 2024, where his channel almost got taken down because of shenanigans, where he decided to strike, him and his mutt Superhound decided to strike channels down. He learned his lesson there because he almost got fucking taken out. And he had to actually delete almost 2 years of content because he was so worried that he was going to get hit with that third strike. That was the whole Darkseid the Defo song, remember? Where someone clipped Andy Dick saying Darkseid the Phil or whatever, and they made a story that sounded very similar to Eminem's My Name Is, Hi, My Name Is, and he ended up getting 2 channel strikes for that, and he didn't want a third one, so he went in and deleted every single fucking video or podcast that had that intro.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, if you go to his channel, he has no channel. He has no content from May 2022 all the way to April 2020.
I'll have to look into it later. Sadly, I can't do it live.
All of his podcasts, all that shit was deleted by him.
I'd have to mess with the tools and see how they work, because I've literally never used it before. I would have to mess with it to see. And do some testing myself. I'm sorry, I didn't watch this documentary ahead of time.
What are you testing?
So I didn't come with you guys, or come to you guys with the stuff. I wish I had known this was in it, but I don't spoil myself when I do live reacting. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so he's not, he doesn't bother to do any pre-work. Okay.
So I'd have to experiment with it later. I can't do it right now. You know, it's not.
He's going to try to flag a video or something. Watch. He's going to try to flag a video, and then he's going to try to take it back or whatever. But I'm telling you now, one of the detractor channels get hit with something stupid, blame DSP.
So, okay. Well, I don't know. Can you withdraw a report? I don't know. I'd have to test it. Because I know for a fact, I can tell you this, you can withdraw a copyright strike. I've done that before. In the past, there were a strike that I issued against someone. In retrospect, I looked back at it. I said, okay, that really was fair use. And I made an error, and I was able to remove the request. And I believe it removed the copyright strike from the person.
Different system, different process. There's more leeway. There's more time. You get 2 weeks to actually rectify whatever. It's a lot different. If you go ahead and flag a channel for, say, I don't know, hateful speech or whatever, and someone reviews it or the system gets by it, the video will get a strike fill.
To pay my bills.
Okay.
Shout out to all day one member.
Big ups, brother.
Poop
Ultimate.
emoji, toilet emoji, poop emoji, toilet emoji.
You just made Phil moist with your words there. You know he liked the poop humor. Thank you, brother. I appreciate the $1.99, the super chat.
So I know it works with copyright. I don't know if it works with the reporting system. I'm not well versed in that.
Probably.
Okay.
Yep.
But I guess so. What people are saying is here that he basically was showing some of his channels, right, but not all of them. I think that's what people are getting at here. That he didn't reveal all of his channels, and he has so many channels, because this is true. He's got so many channels. We just saw he's got the unsleeved media channel. He's got the quartering channel. He's got the streaming channel. He's probably got all those other ancient channels that he doesn't use, but they're still there. He still has access to them. Did he use those to report?
Oh, very similar. How many channels do you have, Phil? Don't you still have your Red Dead channel, your Street Fighter channel, your Dark Side Phil channel? What are the channels that you have out there? DSP Reacts, just to name it, DSP Throwbacks. This guy literally has like 10 channels. So it's interesting how these locales are very similar in their behavior.
Okay.
Present effect.
Exactly. So now they have an infinite amount of stuff to go through. His entire history. He's been around pretty much as long as I have. And he's got this infinite amount of history to go through. All this dirty laundry. And like I've said,
almost like you,
oversharing
70,000 videos
is always going to come back to bite you. And so they're going to nitpick every single thing he's ever said and microanalyze it and say everything is complete fact. Even he'll say, oh, it was an exaggeration. It was a fabrication. I was just telling the story. I was just giving jock content on a podcast like 15 years ago. Oh, that sounds familiar somehow. I heard that somewhere before. But anyway.
Yeah, you fucking idiot. You come out every single day and talk about how your risque humor was okay back in the day because it was the Wild West of YouTube. I love when locales attack each other, and then he is so fucking oblivious that he doesn't even recognize when he's basically calling the pot, calling the pot, calling the pot. Excuse me, calling the what is it? The pot calling the kettle black over here.
Anyway, he'll say stuff like that. You know what I mean? But the problem is, it's right there, and it can be replayed on the internet at any moment, and people are going to take it at face value because you said it.
Yeah, the man that told everyone he has gout and basically spawned a cottage of industry of mockery because he has gout.
Tales of Jeremy only reached the dedicated viewers of their clip channel or live stream. The clip channel's videos rarely surpassed 100,000 viewers. Now, even just this VOD on Kick was more than double that. What's more, the Kino Casino stream had a segment where they shouted out various creators who had tweeted or made videos in support of them. This amounted to 78 creators with hundreds to millions of subscribers. Within were some former and even current friends of Jeremy. Even enemies of the casino were reaching out in support. Never has Jeremy faced such large-scale opposition. And the worst part of it all was that he could not rely on his typical tactics of dismissing the criticism or manipulating the narrative to support him.
And this is the problem, again, what I said earlier, the whole drama community on the internet don't do this because they all realize that they all feed off of each other, and the continued existence of all of them is necessary in order to thrive and have more content. Now he's committed the forbidden sin. He's actually taken...
No, Phil, that's not it. Basically, it's eye for an eye. That's what it is. When you open up that gate and you start flagging channels and reporting channels, those channels can do the same thing to you, Phil. So again, I'm just warning you, Phil. I saw how interested you were in that reporting tool. Tread lightly, okay? Tread lightly. All right? Because I want to remind you what happened to you in 2024 and how, because of what happened back in 2024, you ended up having to delete nearly 2 years of podcasts and various content off your channel.
In away a platform from someone, they can't make content on that platform anymore. And even their enemies who don't like them are going to say, well, that's still wrong because, we all know how the game works and we need them at least to be able to make content to clap back at us so we can clap back at them, So now he's become the actual group focal point enemy of the entirety of the internet that likes drama.
There was truth to what Jeremy spoke, and he had no hand in the casino's banning. The hate towards him was too great and melded with rhetoric from the enemies he's collected from the past 10 years. This is to say that even outside the Kino Casino, Jeremy had made so many enemies that ostensibly, the collective attack on Jeremy was partly the result of years of pent-up frustration. I
don't think anyone even understands what the term fair use means anymore.
We know
Just saying,
you don't.
Oh, here's something I found that's interesting. Check this out and leave a comment. That's not fair use. You stole it. You have to actually edit it to the point where you're not re-representing the content as a replacement for it. And also, you're adding something significant to it. Okay, you're not just stealing someone's content and getting the view because of the said content's original form. And also, you're adding something to transform it. Just saying, oh, here's something I found here. Check this out. No. Oh, here's something I found. It's all of the Avengers movies back to back. Check this out. You can't just do that.
Keep shorts.
All right, well, that is the show for today. I've got to do a bunch of low effort short slop that everyone's really mad about. I've got to do that, even though everyone does it. And, you know, instead of complaining about it, you could just do it yourself.
Jeremy, he's right. Everyone does it.
No,
but the problem is
he's
now
not right.
everyone hates you.
So he's not right. Not everyone does it. I don't see people doing that. Like, he's the only content creator that's taking, shorts from, say, TikTok or whatever, slapping the 10 seconds of check this out and reposting it. I haven't seen that at all. Now, there are people that reclip shit and post it, yeah. But what he's doing is different. And the other thing too is that he's the content creator. You know, he has a huge YouTube following. You know, he's known in YouTube. And for him to basically flaunt the rules, that should be a big no-no. But I guess because he does have a big presence on YouTube, he can get away with it.
So now you can't do it. I know what that's like, because there's a million things I can't do either that I'd like to do, that I should be able to do, and I'm not allowed to because everyone hates me.
Like what? Like what? What, Phil? You can't play on that fucking whatever it is. What's that system he wants to play on? That online gaming thing where you can play Retro Fighters. He's so worried that everyone's going to DDoS him or get his IP address or whatever the fuck. Fightcade. Yeah, there you go. Okay, Phil. Yeah.
And they come after me for it if I do it. It's not fair, but that's what happens when the ire of the internet is on you.
Jeremy's main channel content was far underperforming.
Maybe you shouldn't be a shitbag. Maybe if you're not a shitbag, you wouldn't have to worry about that.
So at this point, now we don't know when this video is from, right? This is an uncovered video. So again, like as I explained to you guys way back at the very beginning of this react,
this takes are so shit.
The old days of YouTube were very different. You were catering to an audience that was insane.
So this is him trying to defend Jeremy, but he really doesn't give a shit about Jeremy. He's trying to defend his actions.
Insanely immature, usually much younger than you know, teenagers who want this kind of really, really irresponsible, really immature, really bad content.
And by the way, this isn't the first time he's admitted this, but let me take the pignosis verbiage that he just spewed right here. What he's saying is that he was overly sexualizing his commentary for teens. That's literally what he's saying here. He's saying that his audience, back in the day, my audience was much younger. Most of them were under 18 years old. And they wanted me to sexualize women and be overly sexual. He said this several times already, all right? By the way, he said this several times. So, you know, he's trying to defend this as, oh, well, the culture allowed it. You know what I mean? It was perfectly fine 10 years ago to do this.
That's what they wanted. Okay? So the more over the top you were with your commentary, the more, you know, offensive that you were with the things that you said and did, you would get more views. You would literally get more attention on yourself. Way back in the day, used to do this kind of stuff.
That's not true, Phil, because it would have been you in Japan. It would have been you marrying Marcia. It would have been you having a kid. It would have been you having being partially retired. But it wasn't. It was PewDiePie. And PewDiePie didn't do any of that shit. Other than the one time he said the N-word. But other than that, I mean, PewDiePie is pretty clean cut. Markiplier. Jacksepticeye. All of these people that came after you that blew up and because they did better content than you and they were more interesting and they weren't scumbags and they weren't going around, you know, sexualizing teens. Okay?
Over the years, I said, I'm not doing this anymore. I refuse. So I think what's happened with him is he got out of the pattern of doing it, but then every once in a while when he drinks and then he makes content, that side of him comes out again.
Oh, like you,
okay? It does. It comes out and rears its ugly head. People are like, haha, right? So they're back again. It's back again. This is that side of Jeremy where he just says these really inappropriate things about women keeps coming back.
All right, real quick, I want to show this one clip. I forgot to post it the other day, but I forgot to post it online. I was gonna make a short of it. I'll make a short later of it. That's just reminding me of it. But I posted this the other day, and I thought it was super funny. His choice words. Let's see here. I love his choice words. Let's find his choice words here. And again, he is never beating the allegation ever. Hold on a sec, let me find it. I think it's on my notification. Hold on a second. Counter. Hold on, let's see here. Hold on, I'll find it. Sorry. Wait, is this one right here, gambling? Oh. Hold on, sorry. It was a good clip. Where the hell did I put it? I know I posted it. It was a while back. God, I've been posting so much shit. Hold on. I really need to get off fucking Twitter. I spend so much time on Twitter. Hold on. Oh, come on. Oh, here it is. I found it. Yeah, I found it. Hold on a second. Here it is. All right, here's DSP the other day.
Outdated, basically embarrassing creator. Because to see a 44-year-old guy sit around talking like he's 20, swearing, talking about boobs and dicks, and making fun of Asians, making fun of black people, making fun of Italians, making fun of all this shit. Constant 20, swearing, talking about boobs and dicks. 20, swearing, talking about boobs and dick. 20, swearing, talking about boobs and dicks, and making fun of Asians, making fun of.
Yeah. I'm sure. Nice choice of words there, brother. You're never gonna beat the gay allegation, brother. No way it's gonna happen. I have to post that. I forgot to post that as a YouTube short. Anyway.
But now what's gonna happen is, again, people are gonna go back in time and find the things that he did and call them out. My things have been endlessly called out forever.
And
this guy never really had his dirty laundry sifted through. Now the whole internet goes through his dirty laundry and finds all of these moments, That's the problem. He always was the guy who was kind of protected from this level of harassment. I mean, yes, people made fun of him, but was he considered a full-blown lol cow?
Lol cow?
Probably not. Now he is, that's for sure, right? Now he's definitely considered one.
Very similar, just like you. And you of all people would know that.
100 people watching.
All right, there it is, folks. All right. I thought it was funny. I got to make a YouTube short of that video because it's just funny. I
built custom smokers for 15 years.
I love how he sits there and, let's see this one. Let's see. I'll be watching this video next. I took my wife to a party. She left with another man. Betrayal, Reddit story, cheating wife. There you go. All right, that's going to be Duty's entertainment for this afternoon. I actually have to cut my lawn, so I'll be listening to this while cutting my lawn. Alrighty, folks. I think we covered it all. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, thank you everyone for coming out. Thank you for the Kick viewers. I appreciate you guys finally coming back and not withholding. Prophet said, Duty, big ups. If rent and car wasn't due, I'd send. It's alright, brother. Don't worry about it. I appreciate the sentiment. Just being there, hanging out, brother. I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, and YouTube, Kick, thank you, brothers. I appreciate you guys for being out here. YouTube, of course, thank you for the love and support. I appreciate it. You guys have managed to save the business. Duty has 2 big bills this weekend to pay. Speaking of bills, I do got a lot of fucking bills to pay. I gotta pay like $8,000 in bills this month. Jesus Christ. All right. Anyway. All right. Again, thank you. I appreciate the love and support. You guys have been great. Let's end it on a high note. Oh, you know what? Is Vanguard streaming? Hold on, folks. You know what? I told Vanguard the other day. I felt really bad. I think Vanguard. Is Vanguard streaming? Hold on. I think Vanguard is streaming. Is he